YouTube? How are you? Hope you guys are having a great day because it's a great day for me. I just got brand new internet. Yes, and life is good again. So, for those who are wondering where the heck I've been, well, it's not been my fault. I got new internet. I went through CenturyLink. And for those who are considering CenturyLink, can I just give you some advice? If you're someone that you're getting CenturyLink and you're just browsing the internet, you're not uploading anything, you're not downloading anything, you'll be fine. But if you're someone like me and you do live streaming and you record videos, not recommended. Not recommended at all. No, bad idea. Because when I was on CenturyLink and I had the lowest plan because that's all they could offer in my area, what I was rocking was 13 megabytes a second download, 1 megabyte a second upload, which meant that if I did a video, it would take literally 10 hours to upload to YouTube and the video quality would be crap. So I switched back over to Xfinity Business and we're good to go again. But that also means I'm going to be uploading a lot of videos today, y'all. I got a lot of catching up to do. A lot has happened in the last few days. Let's see. Beck reposted a response video to Amberlynn. I actually did a react to that, but I'm going to go ahead and redo it. Chantal's been busy being grumpy and ragey and eating and going off on reactors and going off on Beck and putting down Beck and saying that what happened to Beck wasn't that bad. And you got to know I have a lot to say about that. This fake, phony DV victim trying to define what other victims go through and if it's right or not. Ooh, I got a lot to say. And Twitter has a lot to say. There's so much to catch up on. So this react, I'm going to let you guys know right now, it's going to be of a longer react. Some of you are a fan of that. Some of you aren't, but I got to catch up. I got so much to do. I got so much to do. And Neo Tarot just posted a new tarot reading of Foodie Beauty last night. So again, there's a lot of videos to do today. I'm going to be hitting y'all left and right and center with stuff. I hope you guys don't mind, but we're playing catch up today. But yeah, Foodie's been in a mood. She's in such a mood. So what's going on with Foodie's mood, y'all? I think some of it has to do with her visa run. She's got to go on her visa run. She knows that we know she's got to go on her visa run. She's got to get gone from Kuwait, maybe hopping across the border, maybe going back to Canada. I'm thinking she has to go back to Canada because Thailand is out. She can't get her green stuff in Thailand anymore. They said no to that. So where else can she go? And Chantal, why are you wanting to stay in Kuwait anyway? You're going broke there, girl. I mean, just give up the ghost. This whole mirage that you've been trying to sell to all of us for 3 years, it's falling apart. It has fallen apart. Nobody believes that you and Salah are in a real marriage. We never believed it. Girl world's not stupid. You're unhappy with the man. He's unhappy with you. You're losing money just trying to keep this lie up. Why not just let it go and start over? Is it because you are afraid of getting egg on your face with girl world? If you go home and you have to start over and you have to start humble, well, you're going to get egg on your face anyway. At this point in the game, Chantal, it's not a matter of winning or losing. You've already lost. Do you hear me? You've already lost. It's not a matter of winning or losing. It's a matter of how much are you willing to lose? Are you willing to get yourself to a point where you've got nothing to fall back on, nothing to rebuild with? You'll make yourself absolutely positively broke just to prove that you're right. Is it worth that much to you? Knowing you, it probably is, because you don't want to hear from people, you were wrong, Chantal, and admit that you were wrong. Chantal, it's okay to say I was wrong. It's okay to say I made a bad choice. I made a bad decision. We all make bad decisions sometimes. We all make bad choices. It happens. I've made bad choices. I've made plenty of bad choices. I've made plenty of bad decisions, and I can freely admit it. But I can also say that I learned from those bad decisions, those bad choices, those mistakes. And making those mistakes made me into a wiser, smarter, more experienced, more compassionate, empathetic person. You, on the other hand, you never learn. You're not learning right now. You didn't learn before. No. Now you just keep on sticking with the same bad choices, which leads you to the more miserable place. And here we are, you being miserable. So miserable that you're attacking somebody who's a real victim and saying their abuse doesn't matter. It wasn't that bad. Who do they think they are? I don't like this person. Chantal, you don't get to define what somebody else has gone through. You can't judge them unless you walk a mile in their shoes, and you can even walk half a mile. So maybe you need to stop hating on Beck. And I also know that it probably bothers you that Beck is real close to reaching 100K. You know, that number that you reached by going to other channels and asking them to sub up to you and buying subs. They're doing it organically. You, not so much. It really bothers you that somebody can get to 100K organically versus buying their way there and begging their way there. But buying and begging is what you do best. So, with that said, y'all, tell you what, how about we get into the Twitter peeps and get this thing all kicked off? Because we're going to be here a while. Grab some tea, grab some coffee, maybe a snack. You might need a snack too. And let's get on with these Twitter peeps. Let's go. I am so happy that my internet works right. You guys don't even know the aggravation with the crap internet. Man, even trying to play my intros was a problem. I'm so glad everything works the way it's supposed to. Ugh, such a relief. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Anyway, how about we just go to the Twitter peeps? All right. We're going to be here a while. I'm telling you, grab a sandwich. All right. So let's start here. For those who happen to be on the Bird app and you want to join me on the Bird app and chirp along with me, there's my handle, Wow Girl Sarah. Let's start here with a post and a tweet courtesy of Nero Spicy Life. For those interested in why Chantal is saying she needs 10K followers, it is because it's basically the key to getting monetized on TikTok. These are the top monetization requirements. You need 1K to go live, an active account, and 10K followers to max grift and e-bag on there. Let's look at the pictures here. To go live for 120 minutes, you need 120 people. Go live on 7 separate days, 7. Okay, what else we got? Show us some more. Get gifts on your top performing videos. For those who are wondering, what's the whole gift thing about? Well, the gifts basically represent money. And the more expensive the gift, the more money the person receives. Like you got roses and things like that. But here are some of the guidelines. You got to have at least 10,000 followers. Videos must pass safety moderation to be eligible for gifts. Have an account that's been active for at least a month. Meet the age requirement and accounts not used by government politicians and political parties. Chantal, I have a question, if you don't mind. Why the sudden interest in TikTok? Yeah, you've had a TikTok account for a minute, but didn't you give up on TikTok once you found out that the payout from TikTok wasn't that good? Or are you planning to use TikTok the same way you've been using YouTube and e-beg from people? Because there are a lot of e-beggars on TikTok, and that's how they make their money. So maybe you're trying to set up a separate account just in case something happens to your YouTube account. You're trying to make sure that you can e-beg somewhere else. Is that the reason why? Because there's a push for people to follow you on TikTok, and maybe it's because you're getting the feeling that you're pushing your luck with YouTube. You're getting reported a lot. You are advertising your PayPal link. You're encouraging people to send you money there because you don't want to give YouTube their 30%. Cheap, very, very cheap. And so you're like, you're trying to set up a backup account. And I had a lot to say on Twitter this morning about the live stream that Foodie did where she was going after Beck and saying that it wasn't that bad. And oh, like all these different things happened with her and Natter. Oh, I ran my mouth on Twitter. Yes, I did. So here's one of the tweets. I say only a fake victim would treat blank as a competition. All pain matters, Foodie. All victims matter. You are a predator who makes other people into victims and use the word victim to hide being a predator in plain sight. I said what I said, and I meant what I said. She is a predator hiding in plain sight. She is such a predator that she uses the word victim to be a wolf in sheep's clothing. All right. So here's an interesting older archive clip courtesy of Mo the Mofo. And I want y'all to lean in. I want y'all to lean in for this one because in the live stream, she claims that Natter, he hit her and he also put out a cigarette on her. Can I just tell you, as someone that I was there for Crackhead Olympics, I was there for all of it. I was struggling to keep up with her live streams, y'all. Missed 10 to 12 hours a day. I couldn't leave my computer chair. I was there from morning until late at night, sometimes past midnight, just trying to keep up with it all because she would not go to bed. Yeah, I'm going to tell y'all right now, as a real victim of DV Chantal, a real one, I watched you. I did not see a black eye from you, and I would have seen it. I would have noticed. You were streaming 10 to 12 hours a day. Never, ma'am, did I see you with a black eye. You've got very, very pale skin. And even if you got filters on and makeup, you're still going to see it. You're going to see the discoloration. You're going to see the swelling. Nope. You said once, oh, he hit me so hard I saw stars. That implies that he hit you in the face. Never saw a bruise on your face. I saw bruises on your chest and your arms from, consensual, intimate play. Never saw a bruise on your face. And as pale as you are, it would have shown up. And the whole cigarette thing, you kept changing your story with that. You said he flicked a cigarette at me. You even told FFG on the phone that he flicked a cigarette at you. Flicking a cigarette at somebody is not nice. Okay? But it's a whole different story with putting a cigarette out on somebody. That hurts. And it also leaves a scar. Where's the scar? You ain't got no scar, liar. You ain't got no scar. If you had a scar from that, you would have shown it to us because you were all about that life of pitting yourself a victim. So if he put out a cigarette on you, why didn't you show us a scar? Why was that never brought up? Because it never happened. That's why. Never happened. You're a fake, phony victim. You don't think I noticed when you did a live stream before talking about how you volunteered at a battered women's shelter? You don't think I put the 2 and 2 together and came up with 4? You volunteered there. So I'm pretty sure you heard their stories and you remember the things they said. And then many years later on, you got on YouTube and you used what you heard from them as inspiration for your story. But telling a story, Chantal, is not the same as having an actual experience. Because all you had was a story and you never went through it. There were a lot of things missing, like, say, the visceral reactions. If you're a real victim of DV, when you're thinking about the things that have happened to you or the thing that happened to you, in your mind, it's playing like a movie. You're remembering things and it upsets you. You might start crying. You might start shaking. You're going to look visibly upset. You're going to be visibly uncomfortable. You sat there for 10 to 12 hours a day in front of like a bunch of strangers telling your story. No real victim can sit there in front of strangers and tell their story, their experience. Can't happen. It takes a lot just to open up to one person and tell what happened to you. You're feeling uncomfortable. You're feeling ashamed. You might feel embarrassed. You're just thinking about it, and it hurts. Remembering what happened hurts. But weren't uncomfortable, were you? No, ma'am, you weren't. You just kept going on and on and on with the story for hours and hours every day, exploiting the pain of real victims, people in your audience that went through that, opening up their scars, their emotional and mental scars, looking for super chats. And boy, did you get a lot of them. You got a lot of super chats, didn't you, Chantal? You made thousands of dollars exploiting the pain and experiences of real victims by triggering the crap out of them. It was so profitable. You did it more than once. You kept bringing it up and bringing it up and bringing it up, and you're still bringing it up. You're still triggering people. Why would a real victim do that? Trigger people all over the place for what? Just to be a victim? And then you have the nerve, the gall, the audacity to put down a real victim who's been through financial abuse, manipulation, and you're going to say their experience doesn't matter? I believe, Beck. I believe it. I believe what they have to say. For the sheer fact that the things they're saying sound genuine to me. And also the fact that it took Beck this long to talk about it. Because sometimes it does take a while, y'all, that if you've been through something, especially something for a long time, it takes a while to process it, to put it all together, to just get to a place in your soul where you can talk about it comfortably. I believe Beck, but I don't believe you, Foodie. I don't believe you for a minute. I don't think you've been through even half the things that you claimed with Natter. Somebody telling you no, they don't want to be in a relationship with you, somebody having an argument with you because you're trying to push your way into their life and they don't want to spend every single second with you, is not abuse. It absolutely is not. It is not. When someone says no, no means no, Foodie. No means no. You kept going back and forth too much. You kept going back to him. You tried using stats as like it takes 8 out of 10 times for a victim to leave their abusers. Let me tell you something, ma'am. Let me go off on you for a freaking minute. Do you know why it takes that many times to get away from somebody who's abusing you? It's because in most cases, not all, but most, the person in question who's being hurt, they have nowhere else to go. They don't have money. They're living with the person. They have no resources. They may not have family or friends. They might have children. They may feel hopeless about where to go and what to do and how to get away from the person. And they also might feel absolute terrifying fear that if they leave, what's going to happen if the person that's hurting them finds them? They got their own personal private demon. Who's going to protect them from that demon, from coming after them and doing worse damage? They're afraid of the consequences. That's why you can't say that, because you had your own home, you had your own money. You could have cut Natter off anytime you wanted. Just blocked his number, stopped the money train, done. He didn't even have a car to go see you. You kept going to him. You kept sneaking off to go see him. Even when he moved to Montreal with Dee Dee, you kept following him there, you stalker, predator. You kept pursuing him. He was so awful. And yet you offered him $2,000 to keep the whole thing going. So how abusive was it really, Foodie? You over there taunting your abuser. That's another thing that real victims don't do. They don't taunt their abuser. And they certainly don't keep up bringing their abuser's name over and over and over and over again. And you keep bringing him up. He's still a talking point. You keep bringing him up. What real victim would do that? When something is painful, you want to leave it behind. You want to leave it all the way behind. You don't want to think about it. You don't want to know. You avoid places, people, things that remind you of that person. You just want to push past it, but you don't want to push past it. You want to stay in it. Another thing that makes you a fake victim. But y'all lean in. Y'all lean in for this. Listen to what she has to say. Everybody lean in. Everybody in the middle, the back, and the front.
Report to begin with. Like I feel apologize for going to the police station and like just doing a police report to begin with. Like I feel like my intentions weren't clean with it.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't. They were never clean. No real abuse happened to you. I can't even say the word. I'll get in trouble. I'll get canceled. I got to zip it. Your intentions were not clean. Why did you go to the cops, Foodie? Because you were mad. I was there. You were mad. You were mad because Dee Dee was staying with Natter at the crack house. And do you want to know why? It's because you were being way too much. You were doing too much. He didn't want you there. He had Dee Dee over there as a block to keep you from coming over. He didn't want to spend every single second with you. He wanted your money. He did not want you. And you would not leave his side. You want to spend weeks and weeks and weeks over there. So he kept Dee Dee over there as a way to keep you away. But then he wanted to go to the police station and get a restraining order. And you turn it into some sort of toxic game of, well, I'm going to win this game. I'm going to show you. And Beezers, for those of you that might be here, just so you know, there is a live stream that Foodie did. And I don't know the exact date of this, but there are clips everywhere where Foodie was in Natter's bedroom one night. She was wrapped in a towel, in a sheet. She had, like, I believe, an orange bra on. Somebody in the chat, one of the Beezers asked her the question, have you ever thought about Natter leaving you for another woman and giving another woman everything you deserve? That was their question. Her answer was, I think about that all the time. And then she said, I got a plan. I'm not as stupid as you guys think. Trust, something about an Aries. Those were her exact words. So if Natter tried to leave her or tell her to go away, she already had a plan to get back at him, to manipulate him, I guess, into a relationship or keep him in place. And I already knew what this crazy witch was thinking. He has a criminal past. She's going to use it against him. She's going to threaten him with jail time. And what happened? She went to the cops. All because he wanted to be away from her. He just wanted a restraining order. He wasn't going there to press charges on her. He just wanted her to go away. So what did she do? She did a whole live stream where she got gassed up by the Beezers. Go, 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 Chantal. She was laughing all the way to the police station. What victim does that? Smirking, smiling. I'm going to get back at him. I'm going to show him. I'm going to scare him. And maybe part of the plan was to make Dee Dee go home out of fear. Yep. Victim, right? She's a victim. You guys sure? Nah, she's not a victim. She's a predator. A predator who got mad that she wasn't getting her way. A predator who got mad and foaming at the mouth because she couldn't get her Natter fix. That's what's up. Natter was saying, I'm cutting you off. And she was saying, oh, no, you're not. I'm going to force you to keep giving it to me. I'm going to force you to be around me. I'm going to make it to where you have to be around me or I'm going to put you in jail. Yeah, real victim, Chantal. That you are.
Natter has never beaten me. So.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait. Back it up. Back it up the way that Amber backs up to the sink with the washcloth. Back it up. What'd you say? Say it again.
I feel like my intentions weren't clean with it. Natter has never beaten me.
Boom. That's all you need to hear. He never beat me. Never laid his hands on me. Out of her own mouth. Out of her own mouth. She just said it. He never touched her. Never touched her that way. He never beat me. No. But yet she's claiming that he hit me so hard I saw stars. You know, they say that two things can be true at the same time, but not in this case. They're not even true.
So, did I ever say he beat me? No, I never said that.
You're saying it now. You're saying it now. How about that? You keep changing your story. Chantal, when you're a real victim, the truth is all you need. The truth is all you need. You don't need 10 versions of the truth. When there are 10 versions of the truth, it looks like a lie because it is. The story never changes. Yours keeps changing based on your mood, about how you feel about somebody, if they made you mad that day. It's manipulative. You're manipulating the story based on how you feel about the person in the story. Yeah, go away with all that. How about that? Lisa Manning says, this week I closed a case with the most systematic and ultimately tragic DV I've seen in 22 years. That's so awful. There's nothing sexy about it, nothing cute and quirky. Her lying about this is reprehensible, inexcusably reprehensible, and she is lying. It's not okay. No, it's right. I agree with you, Lisa. Fondue Pondu, love Fondue Pondu, saying Foodie Beauty, and I'll be happy to pull the videos of you saying he didn't do this. You don't get to dictate Beck's hurt. I swear I'm going to lose my Twitter with this person today. So this is from the current live stream. This is the one I'm going to go over, and I'm ready, y'all. I'm ready to roast her. I'm ready. Spicy Rose is going to be out today. Spicy Rose is already out. Can you guys tell? But go ahead, Chantal. Say what you got to say.
Your partner if they needed an ass wipe, exactly. So what did she do to abuse Amberlynn? Let's hear it.
She didn't do anything. Beck didn't do anything to Amber.
No, abuse is not abuse.
It is.
Like, you don't know what the fuck I went through with that guy.
What'd you go through? What did you go through that you didn't put yourself through? Let's talk turkey, Chantal. Bring out the gravy and the mashed potatoes while you're out. Let's make it a full meal. What'd you go through with Natter that you didn't put yourself through? How about that? Come on, talk country with me, girl. Let's get straight. Let's get straight. What'd you go through that you didn't put yourself through? What'd you go through? You had arguments with Natter. Of course you did. You're both bullheaded. You're both dominant personalities. You both got egos the size of Texas. Yeah, you're going to butt heads. You're not going to get everything you want out of somebody like that, especially if they don't like you. And he didn't ever like you. He liked your money. You were a walking ATM to him, and he knew by meeting you, you're thirsty. He knew. Although I do think it's funny, the two of you idiots, you guys underestimated each other. You sized each other up and you came up with the wrong ideas. You looked at him and you thought he's just some desperate crackhead in need of money. I can control him. And he looked at you and thought, oh, she's just some big fat woman who's thirsty for love. I can wrap her around my finger. No problem. Boy, did you guys find out that you were wrong about each other. Found out too late, though. You both thought you can control the other, and neither one of you can control the other. And that's what caused all the tug of war drama back and forth between the two of you. But what did he do? He told you no to a relationship. He told you no. You couldn't hang out for weeks on end. He didn't want you suffocating him. He made you pay for his time. And pay you did, but you kept paying. You could have stopped. You could have cut him off, but you didn't want to because you liked the attention. You liked being around a bad boy because you thought of yourself as a bad girl. Nah, you're not bad. You're just stupid. You're not the cool bad girl. You're the stupid bad girl that wants to be a part of the cool kids in high school. And you never quite got there. But you always like, we're rebels and us against the world. Girl, you and your ideas. You and your ideas. He didn't put you through nothing. You put yourself through stuff. You chose to stick around. You chose to pay for him. You chose to pay his rent, his phone bill, buy the iPad, buy the iPhone, buy for everything. It came out of your pocket. He didn't force it out of you. You paid for it. You wanted to get the attention, so you got the attention. And while we're here, let's just paint a whole picture, y'all. Look, I don't like Natter. I'm never going to like Natter. He's a scumbag too. He is. But let's call things by their right names. You know why she's so hell-bent on calling herself a victim? Because she's a predator. But she don't want no one to notice that. So she uses she puts on the victim name tag. I'm a victim. Look at me. Feel sorry for me. Yet she's running around, and she's been running around for years, looking for people to control with money, because that's all she's got to offer. She's not a quality person, never has been, not one single good quality in her body, no moral compass. She's filthy, she's nasty, she's vulgar, got the manners of a farmyard beast. Okay? She knows she has no good qualities, nor is she willing to acquire some. But she feels that by throwing money at people, that just makes up for everything. It doesn't. And she said long ago, all they got to do is fake love me and I'll give them the world. Well, they fake loved you. I guess that wasn't good enough. You wanted the real thing. You thought by walking up to a guy and throwing money at him, that eventually with all the money throwing, they were going to really fall in love. That takes genuine feelings, Chantal, and they had no genuine feelings. You should have learned that with Natter, but you didn't. So you went to summer school with Salah, and you still haven't learned. Still, you think you just buy your way into everything, sweetheart. There are some things that money can't buy, won't buy, not for sale. Real feelings are at the top of the list. But you're not getting that through your head. You still haven't gotten through your head. But let's keep up the mirage in front of girl world that I'm married and I got a husband, Chantal. You've been in Kuwait for 3 years playing house with a man who don't want you, doesn't desire you, and he keeps going to other women for his desire. So apparently, whatever it is he likes, you ain't it. If we were playing a game of tag, he don't want to tag you. He'll run to somebody else and tag them. Got it? So stop this nonsense. It makes no sense. Leave the man alone. Just leave Kuwait and go back to Canada. Start your life over. Yeah, you're going to get egg on your face. You deserve it too. For all the lying. But at least you can start over. At least there's some time to do it. But you go ahead and say what you got to say.
He literally put out cigarettes on me.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, ma'am. Because if he had, you would have come on camera showing off the scar. That never happened. Just like you said, he hit me so hard I saw stars. Where was the bruise, bitch? 10, 12 hours a day, every day, live streaming like clockwork. You never took any days off. And Chantal, I don't want to trigger anybody in the audience, and I'm sorry if I do, y'all, but I got to say this. I've had black eyes before. They stay on your face for a while. It takes about a week or so for a black eye to go from purple to like a yellowish green to nothing. You weren't staying offline for a week. You got very pale skin. Any discoloration is going to show up. Never saw any. So stop it. Stop the lying. Stop it. Have some respect for real victims that have been through some real stuff. Stop triggering people. Quit it. You're pissing me off.
He punched me in the face.
No, that never happened. It never happened. No, ma'am, no, sir, no, thank you. Did not happen. I was there. A lot of people in Girl War, they were there too. And we can all come forward and say, we never saw a bruise on your face. The only place that we saw bruises were on your chest and on your arms. And you would come home, tee-hee. Oh, look, we had rough sex and it's consensual. You were happy about the bruises. You weren't covering them up. You weren't wearing long sleeve shirts to cover the bruises. They were like trophies to you. Look what he did. I'm having rough sex. That was you. But no bruises on the face. No, ma'am.
He withheld my keys so I couldn't leave.
Stop it. That never happened either. Nope. He, you know what I think, Chantal? I think you talk backwards. Take whatever you say, switch it backwards, and that's probably the truth. That is the truth. So if Chantal says he wouldn't let me leave, switch it backwards. She didn't want to leave. We've seen her behavior and the way she behaves. Is it a stretch to say that she didn't want to leave, that she would put up a fight whenever they wanted to leave? As a matter of fact, while we're here, Chantal, do you remember all those times that you would go to Natter's place, loaded up with party favors and liquor? You would purposely get drunk at Natter's place so he couldn't send you home. You made sure to get yourself trashed and unsafe to drive so he would have to keep you there. Yeah, I remember that too. You know, like you weren't sober, so that meant extra time spent with Natter. That's how twisted you are. You were so hell-bent on getting time with Natter that you made sure to get wasted so he couldn't send you home. You would spend 3 weeks there in the beginning in a row, and then you had to come home, and you want to spend more time with him after 3 weeks straight. You didn't want to be at home, and he wanted to go out for one night and take a breather from you, and you had a problem with it, and then you were running to his house, looking in his windows, checking the door like an idiot. So do I think that Natter ever stopped you from leaving? No. Do I think if it happened, maybe it had to do with the fact that you were intoxicated? Maybe. But he didn't like you being around. You don't understand how much of unpleasant company you are. Clingy and such. Like that. Why would he want you around?
He emotionally segregated me from wanting to do friggin' therapy on myself.
No, he didn't. Even after he was gone, you never went and got therapy. You talked about it, but you would make appointments and then not go. And you've actually said yourself, I don't want to go to therapy. You know why you don't want to go to therapy? Because you don't want to sit in front of someone who's not a beezer, someone that you cannot persuade or push around or lie to, someone who's going to see right through you, and they're going to tell you the truth. You don't want the truth. Truth to you is like kryptonite. You don't want to hear it. You want to live in your world of lies? Okay, live in your world of lies, but therapy you're not going to do because you come online and treat your beezers like therapy that's paying you. They're all your therapists, right? You're going to dump on all of them, unload all your negative crap. At the same time, it's not going to help you because they're not licensed professionals. You don't want to sit in a room with somebody you got to pay. You want people that listen to you to pay you. That's another reason why you won't go.
Your partner, if they need it.
Shut up. I'm done with you right now. Shut up. I said on Twitter, Foodie Beauty, for a victim, you had no problem triggering and profiting off of real victims in your audience by opening up their emotional and mental scars with your story. You opened up their scars for super chat, so F off. Yeah, I said what I said. I said what I said. I ain't taking it back. Meow says, he did not essay me. He is innocent of that. Yep, she said that too. So he didn't do the DV. He didn't do the essay. So what happened? Nothing except them arguing and her not getting her way and him telling her, no, I don't want to be in a relationship with you. And every person, even Natter, is free to say, I don't want to be in a relationship with you. I choose not to be in a relationship with you. And it is not right for any person to pressure another person to claim them. She may want to wish that the opposite is true, but it's not. Everybody's got their own sense of free will. She hates it, though, when people use theirs, and it doesn't go with what she says. Okay, what else we got here? Oh, I went on to say, by the way, Foodie, arguments and not getting your way or being able to pressure a man to be with you is not abuse. No means no, but it is not abuse. You were never a victim. You are a predator, period. Yeah. I go to say ways to tell Foodie Beauty lies about DV. Gets on YouTube and talks about DV with strangers with no problem. Talks about her blanker, no problem. Spent time alone with him with no fear. Taunted said blanker. No visceral reaction when talking about her DV. Nope. Long ago, Foodie Beauty said she volunteered at a battered women's shelter. Isn't it funny she got on YouTube years later and talked about DV? It's her story, remember? Well, stories can be made up, and hers is fake AF. Yep. Okay, moving on. Fondu Pondu says, Foodie Beauty, keep eating. I'd hate myself if I was you too. Any victim of blank would never have questioned or compared their blank with someone else's. So none of us can question your blank, but you can, Bex. As a DV advocate, you a real piece of work, lady. Yeah, she is. Putting down another victim, even though she's not walked a mile in that victim's shoes. The nerve. The nerve. Julie says, I can't believe Chantal having such a strong opinion on Beck spilling tea on Amber. She's just trying to get clout. It's been 3 years, etc. Chantal, you still talk about Nat, are you hypocrite? Yep, still talks about him. She talked about him today. She talked about him today. Why would you do that if it hurts so much? Speaking of hypocrites, speaking of this one who goes after Girl World and says that we're all vultures, zombies. Hi, vulture. Hi, Foodie Beauty vulture. Here's an example of you being a vulture and circling around the sky looking for money. Foodie Beauty did a community post saying, hi, who would like to sponsor tonight's live party feast? I would like to get maybe KFC for dinner and Dunkin' iced coffee and munchkins for dessert for a long live bees. I'd like to stay in, but if someone sponsors 50 USD, I'll go out on a hectic Friday night. Otherwise, a sponsor meal would be $25 USD. Beggar. Why are people paying for your food? You're going to eat anyway. Are you so broke, Foodie? I guess all the feedies, they're not paying you as much money, or your food habit is so out the window that you need help to keep it going at the level that you built it. Well, that's your problem. It is no one's responsibility to pay for your habit and to treat you to dinner at KFC or McDonald's or Burger King. Ain't no one's responsibility. Listen, I'm a content creator. Anything connected to my channel, whether it's programs or internet or equipment or tarot cards, I pay for that. I do. It comes out of my pocket, and I'm okay with that because I'm choosing to do the YouTube thing. Therefore, I know going in what I need for my channel should be paid for by me, but you are actually going to your viewers and saying, pay for my stuff. It's my channel and I'm making money and I'm making plenty of money, but you take your hard-earned money and spend it on my stuff. You know what? F off with that. If you got a 100K channel and you have the nerve to go to your Beezers and say, pay for my stuff, maybe it's time to quit YouTube. Apparently, whatever income you got coming in, it ain't enough to cover your channel expenses, and it's time to just let it go for a while. Just let it go. You're looking for a free meal out of people, but you're also using the meal to make content off of YouTube and make money off of that. Girl, you are double and triple dipping. What is wrong with you? 100K channel begging money from people. And there are much smaller channels. We ain't begging. We are not going to people and say, buy our meals, pay for my Postmates. We would never. You ain't got no shame. You ain't got it. And for the Beezers that are paying for her meals, what is wrong with you? You are putting food in the hands of a food addict. You might as well just go to the Ace Hardware store, buy a shovel, and race to the nearest graveyard and wait for Chantal to show up, because eventually she will. At the rate she's going to show up there a lot sooner. And this is not me wishing it upon her. This is her wishing it upon herself. She knows she's unhealthy. She knows she's sick. And she don't care. And then she screams at Girl World, y'all don't care. You're hateful people. We're not supporting your habit. The people that care about you, they're the ones giving you money for that. We keep telling you, Chantal, go to the doctor, get yourself checked, go to inpatient, go home. You don't want to listen. Okay, you don't want to listen. But don't accuse us of not caring. You got a lot of people in your audience, they don't care. Because they put on a friendly mask and because they're sending you super chats, I guess they're okay. All right. Moving on. Moving on. Let's keep going. Kalea says, y'all, Chantal didn't get the 50 for the meal. She's live and she's at home. So someone paid 25. That's good. At least she didn't get the 50. Ha ha. You didn't get all the money you were looking for. By the way, even that person that sent 25, you got ripped off because the meal that she got only cost $12 and some change. She pocketed some of that money. Greedy beach. She pocketed some of it. She was hoping for the 50, but she got the 25. She didn't get all she was looking for. Orange Cat says, those are definitely words, but...
He emotionally segregated me from wanting to do friggin' therapy on myself.
You wouldn't have gone anyway. Chantal, we remember how you were during Crack and Olympics, girlfriend. You were smoking the doobies 24/7. You couldn't stay away from the dispensary. They practically knew you by name there. You were there so much. On top of doing the edibles, you were bombed out of your mind on edibles. And if you weren't doing that, you were doing the nose powder. That's how you were able to stay up for 10, 12 hours a day doing live streams. And those of us that were not on the nose powder, we were exhausted. We were begging for you to go to bed. You didn't want to go to therapy. You just want to be up Natters behind. And you were. And you were. You wouldn't even go see your sick grandmother in the hospice. You only went to go see her once. You weren't interested in therapy. What do you mean? You were using party favors as therapy. Shut up. Shut up with the lies. Stop the cap. Okay, moving on. I got a lot to get through. Yep, there we go. Perfectly Imperfect says the total cost of this meal is just under $15. She's a scammer. Screenshots. We love screenshots. Yep, screenshots. How much was it? Say it again. $12. $12. She didn't need 25. She just wanted 25 though. Rubber Band says proof that she's scamming people. Of course she is. Why wouldn't she? That's just what she does best. And there's her promoting her TikTok all of a sudden. She says, hi guys, go follow me on TikTok. I want to try some battles and I can listen to music on there with you. So we're back to TikTok. I bet she's scared of all the things she said and all the things she's done. She's trying to create a backup account in case something happens on YouTube. I'm sorry we're skipping past all the fun stuff, y'all, but there is so much to go through today. I don't want this react to be 5 hours long. We'll get to it later, though, I promise. Up, and here's Chantal on Twitter. Rubber Band says, this is Foodie Beauty. You know how I know threatening Perfectly Imperfect's children again. Yep, she's not on Twitter, though, right? Yes, she is. She's got more socks than shoes, y'all. She got that one dirty pair of, like, Temu shoes, but she's got a bazillion socks everywhere because she wants to spy around. She wants to spy around. And she does. Perfectly Imperfect says, why is she so triggered about Beck? Threatening to block people for disagreeing with her on Beck is ridiculous. Let's watch.
Who else disagrees? Who else loves Beck right now? Seriously, if you love Beck, I'm going to block you. Hey, Miss Quinn.
I'm going to just put this out there. No one has the right to tell someone on YouTube who they can watch or what they can watch. Those of you in my audience, those of you in Girl World, those of you all over YouTube, watch what you want to watch. Go where you want to go. Do what you want to do. Ain't nobody got the right to tell you who you can watch. You need no one's permission. to do as you please. Who does this one think she is? Telling people you can't watch Beck, you can't watch FFG, you can't watch this person. If you watch this person, you're not a real Beezer. She tries to control people. She micromanages people. She's on Twitter. She's got people going into other people's chat rooms. There have been a lot of her Beezers and her mods caught in other chat rooms, super chatting when they shouldn't have super chatted, making comments, making themselves known. Some of them have gotten in trouble. Some of them haven't. But they're all over the place. It's all about control. She got to control you Beezers. You can't go here. You can't go there. Why? Are you afraid of a differing opinion? Are you afraid of somebody finding something out, or whatever they hear makes them think about who you are or what you're doing, and they may not want to be a Beezer anymore? Is that why you try to micromanage people so much, Foodie? So you're not even allowed to have a differing opinion about Beck in her chat. Just her opinion matters. And this is someone that people want to watch and be controlled by. It's a dictatorship over there. Alex is hectic, says Foodie slams Beck. I don't want to hear anything about abuse. Let's watch.
Like, I think she's milking it for every little bit of clout she can, and she's not talking about abuse. I don't hear anything about abuse in there.
You overgrown, overstuffed, raging, gluttonous tick of a woman. You. The nerve of you. She's just doing it for clout. Chantal, all you do is look for things to write on for clout. You look around on TikTok to see what the trends are. If somebody's talking about somebody, you have to attach yourself somehow. Otherwise, you feel left out. You can't be left out. If there's a victim in the room, you got to be the biggest victim. If they've gone through a certain kind of trauma, your trauma was worse. You look at everything as a competition, and you have to be number one somehow. Somehow. It's sick. It's disgusting. Putting down someone who's been through trauma. What is the matter with you?
All I hear is talking about hygiene habits, whining about shit. And you'll never.
Excuse me. You know what? If I were around somebody and there wasn't a true, viable reason, an honest reason where they couldn't wipe themselves, and they're just doing it because they want someone else to do it, and they're doing it for 9 months, yeah, that's abusive. It is. It's degrading. It's humiliating. It is. I can't imagine wiping somebody's butt 3 or 4 times a day, perhaps, for almost a year. And not because the person in question can't physically do it. They just don't want to do it. Amber, by doing that, was humiliating Beck, degrading Beck in a way. Because it's disgusting. That's abuse. On top of the financial abuse that was going on, controlling the money, monitoring their phone, putting timers on them, making sure they didn't spend time with family and friends. Abusive. Abusive.
Never change my mind, and I don't care about Beck. I don't give a fuck.
If you don't care about Beck, why are you talking about Beck? Why are you latching on like the tick that you are? You don't care about it, then stop talking about it. Not your business. Not your backyard, not your barbecue. Shut up. Just avoid this subject. If other people are talking about it, you don't have to address it. It's simple. Stay out of what does not concern you. You know why you won't go against Amber, Chantal? Because predators recognize each other. Birds of a feather flock together and stick together, don't they? If you point a finger at Amber, that means the fingers get pointed back at you. Although we don't need any fingers pointed for you. We know what you are for a long time. There's no veil that needs to be ripped away. We've always known. We've always seen it. It's always been there. All of us, we know. But you can't point a finger at Amber without the finger being pointed back at you, because you know the two of you are very similar. You know that you've been abusive to people just like she was abusive to Beck. You don't want that mirror turned on you. You don't want to see the reflection that will come back on you. You don't want it. So you got to take up for Amber to keep the mirror from being placed in your direction.
Okay. So be mad at me, unsubscribe, whatever you want.
Did you hear that? Go ahead and unsubscribe. Do it. Do it. She said so. Do it. Do it. Perfectly Imperfect said facts. Grim Reaper says sit and spin. 13-year-olds say that crap, right? Like just the whole sit and spin thing. Chantal, you can't sit and spin. You sit and then you get stuck. Quiet. Be quiet. Perfectly Imperfect says she deleted the post begging for KFC money because she feels like a grifter. Well, the shoe fits. Now you did it because you know it's against terms of service, and Tusalah's family has eyes on you and your channel now. Let's watch the clip.
Oh, about the KFC? I don't know. I felt like a grifter, kind of.
Like that bothered you. Look, she's not stupid, y'all. I mean, she is, but she isn't. She knows exactly what she's doing when she does a community post or a Regi video. She put up the post purposely because she figured she could leave it up long enough to get people to know the PayPal, and she could leave it up for an hour, 2 hours, whatever, maybe a day. And if people were reporting it, if she got rid of it within 24 hours, then she wouldn't get in trouble. Like she's done it in the past with the dirty deleting. I can make a video, I can post it, and even if people report it, if I delete it within a day or two, by the time YouTube gets around to it, it's gone. I don't get in trouble. She likes to play that tag your it game with YouTube. And then YouTube says, well, we don't know where it is. We don't see it. Therefore, we can't do anything about it. But she left the post up long enough for the people that want to send her money. They would know the address and they could send it. And she'd make at least some money that way.
Oh, about the KFC? I don't know. I felt like a grifter, kind of.
Like that bothers you. It's all you do is grift. Look at this smirk on her face. Oh, I feel like a grifter and I don't feel bad for it. All right. I'm looking for other posts. Something that matters. Let me see. I don't want to stay here all day because I am so going to go after her in this one, and I don't care. Julie says, my theory why Foodie Beauty is extra ragey. 1, her birthday is approaching and Salah doesn't care. 2, we know she's going to go on a visa run and she knows we know. 3, she knows she is failing at Ramadan and mad people notice. Honestly, I don't think she cares about Ramadan. I mean, she doesn't have the Muslim faith in her heart. She doesn't care. She doesn't care how disrespectful she is. She don't care. She don't care. And yes, guys, I know about her stepping on a cat's foot, and I'm mad about that. But if I talk about it, I'm going to say some bad words that YouTube will not like, and I might get in trouble and get a strike. We'll address that later, though. Don't worry. I'm going to get her. I am going to get her. I'm going to get her. So where are we at right now? Okay, we're at an hour for the Twitter tweets. So I think that's long enough. We'll cover the rest of it later. I don't want to make this into a 4-hour react. So let's just get into her video. Chantal, I'm going to say the same thing to you that Pete said to BBJ back in the day when he used to grab onto her face when she had the rotted teeth. He would say, no mercy. So today, Those are my words to you. No mercy. None will be considered and none will be given. So you say what you got to say, and I'll say what I got to say. Let's do this, y'all. Let's jump into it.
Maybe if I tuck it. There we go. Hijab queen. Look, I have not been. The undercap it is, which, you know, is tighter on my face, so it makes me look chubbier, but. All right, I am still literally fasting from food. I've had water, but food.
Sleeping does not count as fasting, especially if you go to bed with a full stomach. Because while you're sleeping, the food in your stomach is still digesting. So what fasting? Where?
No, because I slept weird hours. I'm telling you, anyone who knows during Ramadan your sleep is even more messed up. Hey, Nina. Yeah, I never was anti-American. I'm anti-Trump. Does that mean I'm anti-American? Like, since when? I'll be right back.
You got a problem with America, but yet, Chantal, all of the food that you enjoy, American companies. And the companies that you get money from, American companies. PayPal, Cameo, YouTube, Google AdSense, boom. American companies. You wouldn't get paid and you wouldn't eat if it weren't for American companies. So, shh. When it comes to anything American, anything, be quiet.
Because I'm weak, Jay. Why else do you think? I'm a weak creature. That's why. Hey, dang, I was going to ask if you could make fermented kefir. Probably not. What is that? No offense. Get sponsored healthy food?
Somebody in the chat is asking what happened to Anime Sucks. I got a theory. I think that the two of them are fighting. Like he's playing hardball. And he's not coming in with the big super chats because they are fighting. I think he's like withholding money because something happened. He's mad.
I don't feel like eating healthy food right now.
You never do.
But yes, I swear I haven't had any food.
I don't believe you.
I'm so hungry.
You're always hungry. You always start out your live streams and your videos the same way. I'm starving, guys, and I'm craving something. Ma'am, you're over 500 pounds. You've never starved, okay? It's obvious you've never starved. Never happened.
Yeah. Hey, Tracy. Yeah. So I'm like, I didn't eat. I'm eating whatever I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you're eating whatever the feedies want you to eat because they're the ones paying for your meals. And they're all too happy to put food in the hands of a food addict to supply you with your party favor of choice for their entertainment, for their amusement, and for their arousal. And you think you're so smart, Chantal. You think you're so incredibly smart. I can get on YouTube and I can get money from people and get food for free. Aren't I the smart one? No, you're stupid. You're stupid. Because I tell you what, you think you're smart now. Are you going to feel so smart if you land in the hospital with health problems and medical bills piling up that you can't pay? You're going to feel smart then. Are you? No, you're not going to be so smart. What's the plan? That if you get in trouble, you can't work on YouTube for one reason or another, that you're going to run to mom and dad or Pete's and say, take care of me. I'm in trouble again. I need your money. I need you to spend your money on me. Guess what? You're not considering. People got bills to pay. They got rent to pay. They can't take care of you. You're not a toddler. You're an adult. You should have figured this out. You got to learn to stand on your own 2 feet eventually. And the moment that people stop, catering to you is the moment you start learning. Whoever's coddling you, they need to quit it. Because at some point, you got to learn. There's an old saying, if you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. If you teach a man to fish, he'll eat for the rest of his life. The best thing that anybody around you can do is let you learn. If you stumble, if you fall, you got to go through hard times. Those are going to be some learning times for you, and you need to learn. Your mom, your stepdad, Pete, whoever's helping you, they need to quit that and just let you fall for your own good.
Unapologetically, Mary. Shoot. Hey, Trixie. You guys are down low with me. I have clothes everywhere. I'm doing laundry.
Good for you. I did it yesterday because that's just what adults do. You do laundry. You need clean clothes. You want a gold star. You want a cookie. Nobody gave me a cookie. But then again, I didn't want one. So laundry, so what?
I'm so annoyed.
Why?
Like, I couldn't sleep. Hey, Jackie. I couldn't sleep after Fajr, so.
You want to know why? Because she was up all night till 3 a.m. posting stuff on Twitter, scrolling, looking at herself, researching things about herself, seeing what girl world's saying. That's why she's not getting any sleep. She stays up all night. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Look, look, look. If you learn to mind your business, you get more sleep.
I cleaned my entire kitchen. We're probably going to go in there and finish it up in a...
Excuse me, ma'am. 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 You live alone. If you live alone, it doesn't take that long to clean the entire house, much less one room. If it takes you all day to clean your kitchen, that just points to how filthy you are. It don't take that long to clean a kitchen for one person.
a minute. I haven't had Popeyes now. Hey, Aaron. KFC Mona Lisa. If I call, yeah.
Apologies for showing the food, y'all. You guys know I hate it. I hate it. But she mixes the talking with the food, so apologies for this one.
Not always, Eileen. Sometimes, yeah. Hey, baby Jen. Diet soda. And you know,
Lord, I thought it was just the fries. We got a sandwich too. You know what? I can't take that. Look, I know she's probably going to say some stuff during the food. It's okay. We're going to get past the food. I can't. Let's just get past it.
I always have to blow my nose and everything.
You're not blowing your nose. You're digging in your nose. There's no gold in there. Stop digging.
After I eat.
Oh, she did not. No. She did not just dig in her nose with that tissue and then use it to wipe her eye. Oh my God, no. No. Gross. Girl, why? I mean, tissues are cheap. Just get another tissue for your eyes. And you wonder why your eyes get. I can't. Come on now. Please, no.
Dim sum? Yeah, I don't know if they have that here. They must, but. This dryer beeps like it's annoying. I would take the trash out. Thank you, Chrissy. Beep, 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 beep. There we go. Filters are on. This eyeliner is like not good today. It's awful. Your vibe seems a bit off. Really? No, I'm okay.
No, she's not. She's been ragey. Ragey. Are you mad, Chantal, that you got to travel? I don't know where you're going. I can't say for sure. I think you're going home. You've been dropping hints saying that you don't want to be in Kuwait for the summer, which is understandable. You don't like the heat. But you're talking about BB. You're talking about Natter. You're talking about a lot of things that relate to Canada. I think you're going home. And maybe part of the reason why you're ragey is that you're not exactly sure yet of what's going to happen when you get there, where you're going to stay. I think you ticked off Aunt Phyllis the last time you were there because you live streamed at her place and you weren't allowed to. And I don't think mom and dad are going to be too keen about having you on the couch for too long. So maybe you don't know. And maybe Pete's like, no, Chantal, I can't give you money for a place to live. Like, you just don't know what's going on.
I feel like I don't have a consistent vibe. Is that right?
You do have a consistent vibe. It's called full. You're always full.
I'm trying to think of like, I need to get my ass in gear. I need to come up with like something else. I feel like I need to fold these clothes, but
You can do that later. Why are you doing it on live stream? To act like you're productive? It's not working.
something creative, like, I don't know. Hey, Sat. Rebecca Tracy, really? Oh, Andre Marie.
Okay, I'm not here for the boring parts. Get to it. Get to it. I'm impatient today. I got a lot of work to do.
Hey, Spee. No, it's not new. I need to get the fan. No, it'll just be my podcast.
Ha ha ha! She's doing a podcast. That's funny. You got jokes today, Chantal. Doing a podcast and talking about what? Girl, you're on your YouTube channel and you can't even manage entertaining content here. What makes you think you're going to do a podcast? What subjects are you going to talk about? Food? You already talk about food on your YouTube channel. What's up with that? You're going to bring guests on? Who? Who are you going to bring on? Salah? Is he going to play Crazy Frog? We already did there. Ben did, had all of that. We don't want to see that. What are you going to do? A podcast would mean you got to commit to something. You can't commit to anything except going to the bathroom 10 times a day. Try again.
Just moi. Should I get my shisha?
And the only reason why she wants to do a podcast, I think, is because of Yaba. Because Yaba is doing a podcast. So it's like, Yaba's doing a podcast, therefore I should do one. Competition. She's all about competition.
Oh, Nina. Should I make it? No.
Mary says, I thought you said live party feast in your post. Where's the iced coffee and munchkins? I'm expecting a feast here. Mary, you haven't figured out that you're sub to a liar yet? You'll figure it out. You will. It might take some time. But while we're on the subject, why are you so eager for this type 2 diabetic to munch on donuts and donut holes, which essentially that's what munchkins are? Like, why are you so eager for this person to boost up their blood sugar level to the 400s? Are you a Foodie? Are you? Like, high blood sugar is not big enough for you? You want more? Oh, and she's signaling us, I'm putting on my red lipstick. It's about to get started.
I want shisha. I want shisha. I want an iced coffee from Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, because the carbs and the fries just weren't enough, right?
Cheer up. I'm okay. That's what I'm struggling with, figuring out some kind of like show to put on for you guys.
There's no struggle. She knows that there's a variety of things she could do. But Chantal's main concern, y'all, is that she wants to make money with whatever she does. Okay? She's a one-trick pony. And the only trick that she knows to make money on YouTube is eating food on camera. So she's a creature of habit. You know, stick with what works. Can we bring food into it to make the feedies happy? As if her doing the live streams and the videos featuring food are not enough, she feels she has to give them more at the expense of her health. Because honestly, that's what they want to see. They want to see her eat food and be sick from eating food. That's their jam. Anything else? Could she do anything else? Maybe. But if she did something else not food related, it's going to take time for it to take off. And right now she needs money. Like you can't give Chantal enough money. The more money you give her, the more she's going to use it to eat and eat and eat and eat. Like, she's overextended herself with her habit and with the people that she's sending money to. It's about overextension. She makes plenty of money. It's just that she doesn't make plenty of money for the things she's got going on. And yet she won't be smart enough to just, trim off what's not needed and do what's needed to fix the situation to where she won't have to go crazy with the food so much. But all she cares about is making money, making money, making money. E-beg, e-beg, e-beg. How many ways and how many times can I beg from my viewers before they figure out that I'm nothing but an e-beggar who is not interested in making good content for them? I'm just interested in making money off of boring nonsense and doing the same things over and over. I'm going to wear my audience out. The ones that actually care for me, that are not feedies, I'm going to wear them out. I'm going to exhaust them. I'm going to bore them to death. And until I arrive at a place where I got 50 beezers left in the room, I'm just going to just run them through the mill and squeeze every dime, dollar, nickel, and penny out of them until they're done and they're not going to give me anything else.
Have a passion for? Hey, Justine. That's the thing. I have to think if I would have guests or what. I don't know. I can't really do like a walking around here because it's going to be really, I could do like, I don't know. I need to get in shape.
What happened to the treadmill? Wasn't the treadmill supposed to be content, healthy content? She could do it. If Chantal used the treadmill for content to balance out the food content, it would make the health happy beezers happy. I mean, you get on a treadmill, 10, 15 minutes on a treadmill. Make a video with it. You can make money walking on a freaking treadmill, Chantal. So that treadmill is for what? You're never going to use it again. Might as well just take it out of the apartment and take it back down to the exercise room where Salah probably got it.
I mean, it's not about knowledge. It would just be, I don't know. Lizzie, 45 months. Got a new permanent job. Been looking for almost 2 years while contracting at least. Ready, set, reverse. Oh, nice. I'm so happy for you, Lindsay. Mashallah. Ready, set, reverse. 45 months. Thank you so much. Wow. Have different people come on. Hey, Tooth Fairy. Kind of like The View or something.
Really? That would never work. Chantal would never do a podcast with other people because she'd be too afraid of the attention getting off of her. She's got to be in the spotlight all by herself.
Need some motivation. Wow, thank you.
The irony of that is that it takes other people for Foodie to be somewhat interesting. By herself, she's boring, yet she won't share the spotlight with other people. She won't because she's afraid they'll get too much attention.
Yeah, thanks for being, I know that I don't like really have any. I need to think of like members rewards because like honestly, like that's a really good way to support my channel is being members.
Give them something worth buying the membership for. You expect people to pay $5 for what? What are they paying the money for? No members only live streams, no new emojis, no interesting content, free content that would whet their appetite to buy a membership. And you wonder why your memberships have slowed down. And the only time you get an influx of members with the green names is when you get people like Life by Ron or Anime Sucks rolling through, spending their money to buy memberships because people aren't doing it on their own, which is a far cry from the way it used to be, Foodie, back in the days of Crackhead Olympics, when people were signing up left and right. Do you think maybe there's something to that? Did you ever stop and think about what changed? What changed was back in the day, your content was interesting. You were unpredictable. Nobody knew what you were going to do next, where you're going to pop up, but now you are very predictable. It's Groundhog Day every day. You're not motivating people to say, maybe I should buy a membership. Maybe I should do I should buy a membership to this channel because it'll be worth it. You're not making people feel like it's worth it. People come into your room and they wait for people to buy the memberships because they don't want to do it themselves. Because they're also afraid once they get the membership that you'll probably block them because you're so iffy with your mood.
So if you've been a member for 45 months, that's crazy. But Mr. Infilati. Hey, Island Dragonfly. Host panels.
Can we talk about the Tracy mod situation for a minute? Yeah, because I saw that too. I saw how Tracy went into Milky Chai's room, gave a compliment for Milky Chai's boobs, and then she came back over to Chantal. Chantal acted like she was mad at her, but then gave the mod wrench back real quick. Can I just say how sus that is? Was that all planned? Was it staged? It's a little extra drama for your channel. Kind of feels like it. Although I'm happy to hear that Milky Chai got 1,000 new subscribers out of the whole experience. So good came from that. But I also think that you staged the whole thing, Chantal. Considering the fact that you and Tracy talk on WhatsApp. So the whole thing could have been planned.
Hope you design some merch. I appreciate that. And I've gotten offers, but I want to try to do it myself because A, I don't want to pay somebody to do it. And I don't want people to work for free.
Yes, you do. By the way, if you're doing a podcast, do you have the right equipment? You get the right cameras and audio setup and all that crap? Do you? Because you're going to need that for a podcast.
And 2, I want it to be like my own creation,
You don't create anything. You destroy everything, though.
Maybe if I ever become rich, I could hire somebody.
Ha 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 ha. No. You will never become rich. And let me tell you why. Because you got some nasty habits. You got your food habit, which eats up a good deal of your money. You're also concerned with paying for men that are absolutely worthless and keeping them around for your own ego. So money is spent on that too. You don't spend money where you need to. You don't cut back money when you need to. You also have a selfish mentality. Chantal, there's being rich and there's being wealthy. Do you know the difference? If not, please allow me to explain to you the difference between rich and wealthy. In both cases, when you're rich, when you're wealthy, you have an abundance of something. And it doesn't necessarily always have to be money. It could be money, it could be knowledge, it could be experience, it could be love, it could be empathy. There's a lot of things you could have in abundance. But the difference between rich and wealthy, those who are rich, that are blessed with an abundance of something, rather than let it go out into the world and then it comes back to them, they wrap their arms around their abundance and say, mine, 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 mine. They selfishly hoard it to themselves. Whereas somebody who's wealthy, they have an abundance and they do the right thing. They let it go out into the world some way and then more comes back. The river is not dammed off. It keeps flowing. You have a rich mentality of whatever is yours, you're going to hoard it to yourself. You're going to wrap your big arms around it and go, mine. You can't have it. But a wealthy person understands that in order for continued abundance, you have to share. You have to let it go out there and do what it does. And more will come back eventually. So you will never be the rich that you want because of that.
Amber Lynn on your podcast talking about Beck. Hey, Bridget, you know what I've noticed about that is that nobody believes Amber Lynn, no matter what. Like,
nope, don't. Well, given her history, you got to look at the character of a person, their history of lying and manipulating. You got to look at that. You got to look at a person's character. We see her character, and she's quite the character, just not in a good way. And then we look at Beck and who Beck is and their history. And from that, you can determine each person's character and decide, like, who's telling the most truth here.
Amber Lynn will reply in her live streams already about Beck, and people just villainize her more and they don't believe her. So what's the point?
Now, you're both big old liars. She lies saying, oh, I didn't do anything to Beck. You lied about Natter doing stuff to you. We don't believe either one of you. You both lie.
She's on a break. Maybe she's going to Lolcow Fat Camp and not telling anybody. Hey, Joe Wrestling. So there would be no point in that. And I don't want to get into that drama, honestly. But
you're about to get into it and you're about to talk on it.
Don't want to. I don't believe everything that Beck is saying either. Yeah, I don't give a fuck anymore about that. Like, I don't care.
You know what? It makes Foodie so angry when she's on her channel talking about nothing and then just have something to talk about because she's not offering anything up. Her subs start talking about drama going on with other people, which makes her mad because it means the spotlight is not on her. She wants it her, but yet she's not doing anything interesting herself. She's not coming to the table saying, I want to talk about this, and this. That way I don't have to talk about other people's drama. No, she wants to keep the spotlight on her. At the same time, she's not doing anything to keep it on her. If you don't want to hear about Beck or Amber, if you don't want to talk about them or anybody else, then make what you're doing interesting. Do interesting things. Bring up interesting topics. Take your viewers somewhere and do something besides sit on your duff in your apartment, in your crowded, cluttered apartment. Go do something worth talking about.
So, I don't know. I didn't have anything except that KFC that you saw and water. So, Did you hear the washcloth? What is the washcloth stuff?
She knows. Trust me, she knows. She's on Twitter. She's heard us talk about it. She she scrolled around to see what's up. She's just playing dumb right now.
I have extreme secondhand embarrassment for Amberlynn. How heartbreaking would it be to have an ex tell all your secret? Exactly. That's what makes her a piece of shit. Okay.
Stop right there. Beck not only was abused by Amberlynn during the relationship, but after it was over, Amber wouldn't stop talking about Beck. Beck is a victim. Beck has a right to say what happened to them, the things that they had to deal with, the things that Amberlynn is guilty of. Absolutely. Every victim has the right to speak their truth. How awful it was. And it was pretty awful. Making somebody wipe your butt when you don't have to, when you, Amber, you can wipe your own doggone butt, or you can figure it out. I mean, you are a big girl, you're grown. You can figure it out, a way to wipe your own butt. But you wanted to degrade and humiliate Beck by making them do it and putting the timer on and a few other things, quite a few other things. Like it was bad. It was real bad. Treating Beck like a 24/7 caretaker, pet carer, giving Amber a bath, going to get the groceries, running the errands, taking care of the car, having Beck do all those jobs unpaid. Are you kidding me? Financial abuse.
Do a 30-part series talking about how she abused you, but leave all the personal shit out of it. Like, why do you have to tell?
Nobody has the right to tell a victim what they can and cannot talk about. You talked about everything, Chantal, didn't you? With Natter? You talked about everything, not just about physically, allegedly what happened to you, or about the gonorrhea, and he said this, and he said that. You talked about everything. You exploited it all, telling your fake, phony ass story. So you are free to talk about what you wanted, and you did for over a year. But a real victim can't say what they want to say. It's not for you to say what can or cannot come out of their mouth.
Tell people about ass wiping, about her hygiene habits. What does that have to do with anything?
It relates to how Amberlynn was making Beck wipe their butt. Just how bad it was. It was so bad. And then magically, after Beck left Amberlynn, suddenly she can wipe her own butt, which proves she could have done it the whole time.
So stupid. And I would say that about anybody. Hey, Mandy. She should seek therapy if she's that traumatized. 100%.
Yeah, Living Eye Rule says it's just to be cruel. Yeah, Amberlynn was cruel to Beck.
It doesn't matter if it's gross.
It is gross.
Who cares? That's not the point.
It is the point. It's humiliating and it's degrading. Nobody wants to wipe somebody's butt if they don't have to. If the person in question is, there's nothing medical, there's nothing physical going on to prevent them from wiping their own butt. They can do it. They just don't want to. It's cruel to do that. To say, hey, wipe my butt 3 or 4 times a day, wipe my butt for almost a year, 3 months shy of a year. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? You can't go anywhere. You can't do anything because the person that you're with, you got to be around to wipe their butt when they want to go take a dump. And then on top of that, making them clean out the nasty feces covered rags in the sink. Ugh.
Like, yeah, so. Carolina. Thank you. Ready, Set Bees for buying a membership. Yeah, membership support my channel. I don't know. I got to think of like some kind of, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Mike Misguided. Thank you, Nope.
Yeah, all that Amber had to do with Beck is just shut her mouth about Beck. But she kept running it. She exploited Beck when Beck was in a relationship with her, putting her on video with Amber. And even after Beck was gone, still using Beck for content, still talking about Beck. So all the time that Amber made money on Beck during the relationship and after, isn't it only right that Beck should be able to speak their truth, whatever truth that may be, in the form that they want to? Yeah, I think so.
Whatever. I don't care. Like, I think she's milking it for every little bit of clout she can.
And you're milking it too. If we're going to be real, you're milking it too. You're talking about it right now and you shouldn't. Because you don't know all the details. You don't have all the facts. You weren't there. But you went on record as saying, I hate Beck. Why are you going to hate Beck for? What has Beck done to you? Nothing. You know what I think? I think you hate Beck for being a real victim and you're a fake and you know you're a fake and you're a phony. You hate them for being a real victim and you're hating the fact that people in the community support Beck, that Beck's channel is growing, that Beck's channel is almost at 100K. You're mad about that too. You're mad about a real victim getting real, genuine support from people. Like maybe you expected that Girl World was going to go after Beck. Girl World didn't. Girl World supports Beck. And you can't stand that a real victim is coming out with their truth, a real truth, not a made up truth, not a story, a real truth. You can't stand seeing the support. All you could think about is, why is no one talking about me? I'm the victim. Talk about me. No one wants to talk about you. You're not a real victim. Shut up.
And she's not talking about abuse. I don't hear anything about abuse.
Beck already did videos saying the things that Amber did. What do you mean?
There, all I hear is talking about hygiene habits, whining about shit. And you'll never change my mind. And I don't care about Beck. I don't give a fuck. Okay.
Then why are you so mad? If you don't care, why are you mad?
So be mad at me, unsubscribe, whatever you want. I don't give a shit. I don't care about either of them. The fact that the internet knows her bathing habits and her ass wiping habits is ridiculous. Hey, Maxine. No, we're not raging. So.
No, we're not raging. We just put on the red lipstick for no random reason.
Oh. Exactly, Aaron.
There we go. Mary says, Amber can wash her own feces rags. Why make your partner do it? It's a form of abuse. Consistent, unnecessary degradation of a person isn't right. Bang. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. Making somebody do something like that is abuse. There's all kinds of ways to be abusive to a person. That's one. Making them doing something degrading and nasty over and over again. Even one time is bad, but repeated times? I mean, are you joking? YouTube Lover says, I'm sure Amber is humiliated. It's a good thing she's taken a break. If Amber feels humiliation, that's her own fault. She should have thought of that before making Beck wipe her butt over and over again for 9 months. So Amber is having a moment of humiliation and degradation. Let's compare that to what Beck had to go through day after day, wiping her butt. I'm sure Beck had many moments of humiliation and degradation, but did Amber mind? No. She didn't put a stop to it. She didn't look at Beck and go, I can wipe my own butt. I'll get it from here. Don't worry about it. Nah, she kept it up. So Amber's having 1 or 2 moments of humiliation compared to I don't know how many with Beck.
It's not a form of abuse. Nobody was forcing Becky to wipe her ass.
Beck lived with Amber and wanted to take care of Amber, and Amber was acting like a great big baby. Like, oh, take care of me. I can't wipe my own butt. And what's the choice here? What are we talking about? If you're a partner and your partner says, I can't wipe my own butt, you have to do it. What's the choice? Amber walks around with feces covering her legs and her butt and sitting on the couch and getting that on the couch. Yeah, if you're a decent person, you don't want things to get nasty. You don't want your partner to get infections. You'll do it.
She's in a relationship, was in a relationship with Amber.
And
as somebody you love, you don't think I had help when I had surgeries?
That's different. Yeah, we heard all about how Peach was helping you blow dry the sore to keep it from getting infected. We heard all about that. And we also heard how he was so petty that because it smelled, he would take the blow dryer and put it up to your face to make you smell it. But that was only for a short amount of time, and that was a medical reason. Amber can't say that.
What the fuck? It would be abuse for her not to help her.
No, it wouldn't. She's a person. She is not financially obligated or obligated in general to wipe Amber's butt, especially if Amber can do it herself. It would not be abuse. To have a partner and they say, wipe my butt, and for the other person to go, no, I'm not. That's not abuse. That's just a person saying, no, I'm not wiping your butt. Someone saying no is not abuse.
Her time of need. Like, if she has
9 months, a time of need for 9 months. Really?
Surgery and it's your girlfriend.
That surgery wasn't for 9 months. Quit it.
Like, you're supposed to love this person. You're just going to abandon
The whole thing with her wiping the butt started even before the surgery. Even before.
Them and not help them. So she did it then, and now she's complaining about it.
There we go. I'm a legend. Thanos says 9 months after the surgery. Exactly.
Give me a break. So stupid. No, I'm not going to shush. I'm going to say what I want. Because I give zero cares if Becky's fupa suckers don't like me. I hope you know that. I don't care. Like, I'm sorry, but no. I'm not a follower like all of the people who are sheep.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to address this comment here. Icarus says, also, Beck had thousands and thousands of dollars worth of food and clothes, etc., given to her. Let's clear this up. Beck couldn't work because of Amber Lynn. Beck couldn't have a job because of Amber Lynn. Because Amber Lynn's inability to take care of herself or not wanting to take care of herself. How could Beck work? Living in a house with somebody that could not clean or did not clean, couldn't cook, couldn't take care of the pets, couldn't bathe themselves, couldn't wash their own hair, brush out their own hair, couldn't wipe their own butt. How exactly can you go out into the working world and get a job if you've got a partner that you're living with that can't do a single doggone thing for themselves, including go into the bathroom? Where exactly can you get independence out of all that? Amber did the things that she did to make sure that Beck did not have any independence, didn't have their own money, kept the money low on purpose so that Beck couldn't even think of going anywhere, could not get away. And as far as the thousands and thousands of dollars of food and clothes, in my opinion, Beck paid in other ways. She paid that rent. I'm sorry, excuse me. They paid the rent and they paid for their food and they paid for the clothes with the constant labor that was going on. all the many errands that had to be run, the housework, the bathing. If you put together all the jobs that Beck was doing for Amberlynn, and you think about how much would it cost per hour for a person to do that job, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money that Beck was not getting paid for caretaker duties, for housekeeping duties, for laundry, for food, for the cooking, for the cleaning, for the pet care, pet walking, etc. Beck paid for all the things that they got from Amberlynn through labor, 24/7, no days off, no vacation days allowed, labor.
Who watch people like Jordy and they're like, yay, let's beat up on Amberlynn all the time. That's abusive. Nobody cares about that kind of abuse though, right? Because she deserves it because Beck had to wipe her ass. That's disgusting. I don't care what anyone says. I'll be the only one thinking that way, and I don't care. So I don't care if she doesn't defend me bisexual. I'm not the type of person who's a fake ass B and only stands up for what's right because somebody else has my back.
I wonder what Amberlynn knows on you, Chantal. I wonder what she knows on you, what dirt she might have on you. Does she know stuff about you? Is that why you won't go against her? There must be a reason why you're defending Amberlynn.
I'm not like that. What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. So, and ALR said she didn't steal the inheritance money. So unless there's only 2 people who know that truth. So unless we see receipts of that money being stolen, I don't care. Thank you. Yep.
So what happened to I don't care about this? We're talking all the way about this, aren't we?
Beck, did she force Beck to wipe her?
Kind of, because what was the alternative? Oh, if you don't wipe my butt, I'm just going to walk around with a poopy butt and sit down on things and make a mess that you'll then have to turn around and clean up. I mean, it's kind of an important thing, Chantal.
Like, this is all stupid and speculation. We're not in their relationship. Why are people so invested? Oh my gosh, Tom, like, it's disgusting to me that she sits there painting little happy pictures.
Why are you mad about her being them being artistic? Why does that bother you? Are you jealous? Are you jealous of artistic inclinations, Chantal?
And winning over this hater audience.
There it is. Oh, she just said it. Winning over the hater audience because the hater audience is bigger than my audience. There it is. Now we're digging down deep, y'all. We're getting to the deep layers of things. She's mad. She's mad that Beck's channel is growing so fast, that Beck is almost caught up with where she's at. And it only took her 8 years to get there. She mad about that.
By making a 50 million part series from a relationship 3 years ago.
Ma'am, you talked about Natter how many times for a year? How many parts of that series did we get subjected to? How many videos? How many live streams? Too many. Too freaking many. It just went on and on and on and on and on. On and on and on. On and on. You wouldn't shut up about Nads. You're still not shutting up about Nads. You know what it is? You're not. It's about attention. Beck's get more attention than me. Nobody's interested in your fake, phony victim story. They're interested in a real victim and what they have to say.
Oh, talking about her hygiene. It was so horrible. I had to wipe ALR's ass. I had to be wipey for quite some time. I hope you like my coloring butterflies. Like, fuck off. Get out of here. Pisses me off. I'm sorry. But, like, get an effing job.
You don't have a job. And you suck at your job. Like, your job is YouTube and you're telling somebody else to get a job? Really?
Exactly. Sorry, but it was put into a shared account, which was used by both of them. Exactly. You don't get a free ride just because you're wiping your.
It wasn't a free ride, you idiot. 24/7 labor, not a free ride. Now, if Beck had done absolutely nothing for Amberlynn, I would agree with you, but there was so much being done. Like Amberlynn would not get let up. There wasn't a single thing that Amber did for herself other than stuff her face.
Your girlfriend's butt. Sorry. When I had my surgery, I needed help. Somebody had to blow dry my friggin' rolls because I had surgery and they had to stay dry. They did it because they loved me. And they didn't sure as hell come online later and say, I was so abused. I had to blow dry rolls. No.
Think about what you just said, Chantal. They did it because they loved me. You left behind someone that honestly, truly cared. You left them behind because there was no challenge anymore. Because you had conquered that mountain. And you left behind real love for fake love. How much in the way of money have you paid for fake love between Nader and Salah? So much money for the fake when you had real in the house the entire time. Because he was a pushover, because he wasn't a bad boy, you weren't interested.
Okay, Marlene, I guess I do care. It pisses me off. But no, I don't care. Like I don't care about their drama. I don't follow it.
Then shut up talking about it.
Other than what I hear peripherally, you know? Anyway.
And another thing, when it comes to abusive people, the people who are the abusers, one thing they do for people that are the targets or the victims, they will isolate you if you are the target. They will isolate you from family, friends, perhaps a job. They don't want any outside influence, and they don't want you finding your independence. They don't want anybody getting in your ear and planting seeds in your mind of what you're going through isn't right. And the person that you're around is really, really toxic. They don't want someone coming along and just planting those seeds that might sprout, which might lead to your freedom and your independence. So how do they keep that from happening? They keep you away from the people who might plant those seeds. People that are your family, your friends, co-workers, you name it. They isolate you from everyone and everything that might be a threat to their control. And that is what Amber did to Beck.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, and ALR was paying all the bills too, Tammy Tuesday. He was paying all the bills too.
I don't care if Amberlynn had $1 million in the bank. I don't care if she was paying all the expenses for the whole neighborhood. It does not justify or make right what was done to Beck. Money does not excuse or pardon away the things that were done to Beck.
And that's why Beck is online now outing her, because she can't get anything else out of ALR. ALR is not paying her bills anymore. Someone has to. Actually, ALR is still paying her bills, just remotely. Yeah, that was stupid, Trixie. I was like, I don't know why she did that. It was a stupid thing to do. And I'm not even saying I love ALR. I don't even watch her. But what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong to me, and that's my opinion. And y'all can have yours and I can have mine. Wow, that's awful, Mary. Yeah, that guy deserves to burn in friggin' pits of hell. People just love to hate that girl. I'm over it. Yeah, exactly. I've seen that from day one. So, choose, baby. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get my shisha. We're gonna relax. I'm going to sing that anxiety song. I've heard it on TikTok. No, nobody paid me to go out. If you want to, go for it.
That is so crazy to me. I'm a YouTube content creator. I've got a 100K channel. Just with YouTube alone, not the Foodie stuff withstanding, she should be making enough that she should be able to go out and do her own thing and spend her own money for her own content supplies, whatever they may be. And she's actually going to her viewers and saying, you want me to go out? You want me to do something fun and entertaining? You got to pay for it. You got to pay for it. Why should they pay you money to have a meal? Why should they pay you money to make content that you turn around and make money on? You're using other people's money to make money, you broke bitch. Shame on you. I'm over here not even at 6K. I don't even do that to my viewers. I would never. Never. Yet your channel is bigger than mine and you're doing it. How embarrassing. Embarrassing.
What if like a PSW did that, a personal support worker, went and told everybody, oh, I had to wipe this client because they're too big?
But Beck was not a hired worker. They were a partner doing a lot of jobs that they were unpaid for.
So disgusting. These people are sick in the head, man. Oh, shut up, Miss Monroe. Fuck off. About wiping, like that's relevant to anything. See what I mean? Anyway, I'm not talking about.
Wait, what? Hold on. Anna G says, what do you think about ALR outing Destiny's mom for a miscarriage? What? Amber, what is the matter with you? Like, why would you do? How does that revel into the conversation? What's going on with you? Like, she's reaching in bad ways.
About these idiots anymore. I don't care about their drama. I don't know why people are so obsessed, right, Justine? Like, who cares? Why are you bringing this to my chat?
Because there's nothing else to talk about. What are you doing? What are you talking about? You talk about other people. You constantly come online and you eat a meal, and then after you're done eating a meal, you do what? You just sit there like, okay, what else is there to do? What else is there to do? I don't know what to talk about. You look to your chat to keep the conversation going so you can run up the meter for more Google ads. You don't come to the table prepared. And then you're like, you people are obsessed. No, they're looking for things to talk about because you're not a good conversationalist.
Like, why? Are you guys that obsessed? Like, you need drama that bad?
Why is nobody talking about me? I'm sorry, Chantal. The Amber stuff is more interesting than what's going on with you. Just deal with it. You're not doing anything except eating, and people are tired of watching that.
Yeah. Hey, Scrange. So talk about her abusive behavior then. Why talk about her wiping habits? Go. It is humiliating, no need, exactly. It has nothing to do with it.
I'm sorry, but if Beck talking about Amber in the washcloths situation, if that is humiliating to Amber, I think that's just desserts. Considering the way that Amber humiliated Beck, I think it's more than deserved. Amber just got a spoonful of her own medicine after making Beck drink a bottle of degradation and humiliation for 9 months. A spoonful ain't nothing compared to like a whole bottle.
My shisha is almost ready. Me neither, Justine. I don't watch. I don't care. What do you think about, if people come in here, what do you think about Amber Lynn? About Becky having to watch Amber Lynn? She didn't have to. Like,
this is so simple. I can't believe I have to educate you on content, Chantal. It's embarrassing. I'm a little bitty channel compared to you. This is your chat. You want people to stop talking about Amber Lynn or whatever. Go do something. Get off your butt. You're a master of deflection and distraction, are you not? At least I thought you were. You don't want to talk about Amber. You don't want to focus on it. You don't want to get mad over it. Then get up and do something. Tell people, look, we're going to the beach. We're going here. We're doing this. And go do stuff. I think people will focus on what's going on with you and only you versus what's going on with everybody else. But if you just sit there being boring, then other people are going to come up because people are there to talk about interesting things. And you're not doing any interesting things. Get off your butt and move.
Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to get my shisha. My cats are annoying. Yeah, at least I didn't call them bonus cats. I was very vocal about it. Yeah, exactly. So.
Apologies for the shisha noise. I hate that too.
She can afford to go to Chuck E. Cheese. It's lemon mint, Laura.
You know, she's mad because she wants all the reaction channels focused on her. There's nothing going on with her. What's going on with Amber is a bit more interesting. It is discussion worthy. So people are discussing it on Twitter and also on YouTube. And there she is going, they're not talking about me. What are we talking about, though? Give us something that's worth talking about. Like the only thing we found with you that is worth discussing is your rages, and even those are boring because you talk about the same things over and over. Bring some fresh material to the table.
Okay, by Miss Monroe. Oh, that's nice, Grim Reaper. Better call the cops. The fact that you guys, listen, do I need to really point out the difference? Did Beck have cigarettes put out on her?
Here we go. Here we go. Y'all, I'm going to try to keep my temper. I'm going to try my best. I promise. I know there's a lot of you that you like my calmer reacts, and I try to stay calm, but some things just flip the switch. I'm going to try, though. I'm going to try.
Was she punched in the face?
You never were, liar. No cigarettes were ever put out on you.
She had to wipe an ass. Furthermore,
wiping a butt is abuse. There's all kinds of abuse. There's physical, emotional, mental, psychological, maybe a combination of any of those. Abuse is abuse, no matter what form it takes. Trauma is trauma, no matter form that takes. Pain is pain, no matter what form that takes. If you were a real victim, you wouldn't discredit what other people go through because it's not your life.
I didn't make a friggin' 30-part series about it after 3.
No, you just documented your alleged abuse for almost a year. Crying to the heavens, he's hurting me so bad. At the same time, you were sneaking off to motel and hotel rooms to go see him, and you got busted. You remember the barbecue grill knob? Yep, sure do. Sneaking off to go see Natter, that abusive person. Flip-flopping back and forth. He's a bad person. No, he's not. He's a bad person. No, he's not. He's awful. He did this to me. You guys don't understand what we have. We have long talks together. He really loves me. And then get mad at him. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Claiming that he hurt you physically, but running off to motel rooms. Spending time in a room with a person that supposedly hurt you. How would a real victim of abuse feel comfortable, alone, with the person who causes the hurt? How would they feel safe? They wouldn't. They absolutely would not. And no victim I ever met would taunt their abuser the way that you did, getting in Natter's face, screaming in it, screaming at him through your computer screen. Doxing people. Doxing. It was a game to you. The manipulation game. Him having a criminal past. You want to use that to your advantage. And let's also remember some of the interesting things you said during Cuba Rage. Do you remember, Chantal? Let me remind you. You said something really weird. You said during the Cuba Rage, one of them, you said your fantasy was for Natter to go to prison and you would be there for him when he got out. So you like the idea of him being locked up. Maybe because you wanted control of him. And that was a way for you to ensure that he wouldn't be around other women. And when he got out, he'd be all kinds of horned up, and then he'd be all over you. You also had other interesting comments before that you thought men who just got out of prison were hot because they were horned up and they would screw just about anything. You got some weird ideas of men that sound really predatory. Sounds like the only way you can get a man is either through money or if there's nobody else around for them to screw. That's where these fantasies come from. You were sneaking around with him, paying for his stuff, playing games, turning the phone on and off, still paying. So how abusive was he if you were doing all that and you could have stopped it anytime you wanted?
Years after. I haven't talked about the swordfish in a long time.
Lies. Even in Kuwait, you talked about him. Even when you got to Kuwait and you were with Salah, you went in his chat room, cursing Didi out, saying, I could take your man anytime I want. Remember that? We do.
When it was happening, though, that's when I did it. That's when I did it. That's when I outed the abuse. I actually watched those live streams.
Did you?
The one where I dropped him at the pharmacy because he was screaming and almost hitting me in the car because I wanted to be alone for therapy.
It wasn't about therapy. You're lying. It was for something else. I don't know what it was. Even after Natter, you never sought therapy. Never. Never. So what happened? He's gone. Where's the therapy, Chantal? You don't want to go.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to compare abuse. Because I'm sorry, but I failed.
No, we're not. Nope. No, we're not. No, not if you're a real victim. You would never compare abuse. There's no comparing abuse, you big overstuffed idiot. Never would you do that. Never would you. But keep talking. Keep letting the trash come out of your mouth. You put trash in your mouth a little bit ago. Keep the trash coming out of your mouth and proving that you're a fake, phony victim, that you ain't the real deal. Let me tell you something, sister. I'm a real thing. I've been through some shit. You wouldn't believe. But this ain't about me. This ain't about me at all. This is about you being a fake and a phony, using another tactic to make money off of YouTube. And you still haven't shut your mouth about it. Trying to sell your story. It's all kinds of fake. A real one can spot a fake one at 20 paces. And girl, I saw you coming a while ago, as did other people. You're a fake and you're a phony. And there are things that you've done and there are things that you've said that don't make fucking sense. Coming on camera talking about what happened with you with strangers. As if any real victim could or would. No, you could not. Because it hurts. It hurts to think about it. To relive it in your mind, it hurts. You have no idea what that kind of pain feels like. And you will never. I don't wish it upon anybody, Chantal, not even you. As evil and vile as you are, I still wouldn't wish it upon you. Yeah, it's just that bad. As putrid as your soul is, I still wouldn't wish it on you. Still wouldn't. But you feel free to exploit pain that you never even went through. Not even a little bit. Arguments and not getting your way and hearing the word no does not equate abuse. Let's talk about your abuse, madam, predator. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about that part of the picture you don't want anybody to think about, how abusive you were. You confessed that you were emotionally abusive. Pardon me, verbally abusive. You've said many times you're verbally abusive. That's still abusive. You're verbally abusive to people. That counts. You're verbally abusive. You said so. So if he was verbally abusive and you were verbally abusive and the two of you are having arguments because you weren't getting in your way, and no matter what you tried, he was not going to claim you or agree to a relationship, that's not abusive. That's just somebody saying, no, I don't want to be with you. I'm not in love with you. Get over it. And you don't want to get over it. You want to force your way into somebody's life. How sick and disgusting is that? Trying to force someone to be with you. How slimy is that? You're trying to manipulate somebody into a relationship. That's gross. That is gross. That is absolutely gross.
To hear any abusive behavior from Beck's stories that I've heard, other than embarrassing hygiene moments.
Then you haven't watched Beck's videos.
So you would help your partner if they needed an ass wipe. Exactly.
There we go. Starvin Marvin says, this channel is only about complaining lately. I need positivity. Well, you better leave Chantal's channel immediately, because that's all she does is complain and cry and whine and beg some more and beg after that. That's all she does. She's not a happy little cloud. There's storms all the time. There's tornadoes all the time. There's bad weather. Nothing but bad weather. Y'all want positive energy. I'm sorry, you're not going to get it with her.
So what did she do to abuse Amberlynn? Let's hear it. No, abuse is not abuse.
Yeah, it is.
Like, you don't know what the fuck I went through with that guy.
Carlin Merritt says there's a whole compilation of you talking about him up until recently. Yeah. Thanks, girl world.
He literally put out cigarettes on me.
No, he didn't. Stop trying to sell that story. It ain't true. Y'all can trust me. That never happened. I ain't got no reason to lie to you. If he put out a cigarette on her and she showed us a scar, it would be out there. It'd be all over girl world. It ain't. You know why? Because it didn't happen. He never put out a cigarette on her. He may have flicked a cigarette at her, but he didn't put out one on her. She keeps flip-flopping with her stories.
He punched me in the face.
No, ma'am. No. There was no bruise. No black eye, no bruised cheek, nothing. I was there, Chantal. I was there. I would have seen it. I would have remarked on it. It would have shown up. You got very, very fair skin. It would have been noticeable. Would have been impossible to miss. There was no bruise. He never hit you in the face. The only bruises were on your body, and that was consensual play. Stop lying to your audience. With as many reaction channels that were covering you at that time, that would be all over the place, wouldn't it? It'd be the archive channels, the clip channels. People would have copies of that footage. Where was it? If you had a bruise on your face, it would have been there for a week, minimum. There was nothing, ever. Ever. Nothing.
He withheld my key so I couldn't leave.
He wanted you to leave. You didn't want to leave because you were obsessed with him. And you were so worried the moment you walked out that door that he was going to start screwing somebody behind your back. You were terrified to leave him alone. God forbid if Natter is with another woman. What a loss that would be. Oh, I got to give up my crackhead that's also my Dr. Feelgood and provides me with the party favors. Can't have that happen. I'd be losing my Dr. Feelgood and my YouTube content. You wouldn't leave him alone.
He emotionally segregated me from wanting to do friggin' therapy on myself.
You segregated yourself. You were all, ma'am, you were home. If you weren't with Natter, you were at home moping on your bed, eating, waiting for his phone call, blowing up his phone with phone calls saying, can I come over? Can I come over? Can I come over? We remember.
So what did she do? Financial abuse? How? She was paying Beck's bills. She was paying Beck's bills.
Beck paid their own bills with labor. 24/7 labor. That was never ending. That is payment. That counts as payment.
I told you guys about the time that he abused me.
Then you said, when people questioned you, your words, you said, I exaggerated the claims. I exaggerated. So you didn't tell the truth. I exaggerated the claims, and we just saw the clip on Twitter where you said he didn't beat me. I'm sorry. Wouldn't somebody hitting me in the face be considered beating? So either you got a black eye or you didn't. But you said a little while ago he never beat you. And what was a black eye? Make it make sense.
So please spare me with that.
You know what? I'm going to go find something just because she's ticked me off so much. One moment. All right, I found something of interest. We're stopping the screen for a minute. And thank you, Queen of WTF. Thank you so much. Like, this is an older clip. You guys have probably seen it before on my channel because I've reacted to this. But just so we're clear, just as a reminder for those who haven't seen it. And this was posted 2 years ago. This was back when Chantal was still living at the Canadian villa with Pete's, still seeing Natter. And the front part of this video is her just like fawning over Natter. I miss him so much, blah, 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 blah. But this part right here was the one I was looking for. And this has to do with SA, her claiming SA. Y'all going to find this interesting. Let's play this.
Right out. I'm not going to deny that. I'm sorry if your reputation takes a fucking hit for that. You're going to have to own your shit, own who you are, because that's what happened. He was abusive to me. With the sexual part, it was like, it was a situation where he kind of like wanted to do something I didn't really want to do. And he was like just pushy about it. But it's because he's like kind of aggressive sexually. And I guess I just put it on there because I didn't like it. And I feel like he didn't care that I didn't like it, basically. But I don't feel like I definitely exaggerated it by making it sound like, I know we shouldn't be together.
I exaggerated it. I exaggerated it. So let's review, y'all. This supposed real victim, when it comes to what happened to her, she'll flip-flop, change the story from flicking a cigarette at somebody to, oh, he put the cigarette out on me. And then she's going to turn around and lie about SA. I exaggerated the claims because I was mad at him. And this is a person that you beezers trust to tell you the truth when all she does is lie. And she'll even go so far as to lie about SA and DV for revenge and for control and manipulation. This is what y'all believe in over there?
Because we aren't good for each other. But I love him. I really wish I could see what you guys see so bad. You know, when you just can't wait to touch somebody that you miss so bad. Mental IQ of a teenager. Really? Maybe, Kristen, I don't know. I've always been stupid when it comes to love.
You don't know what love is. And when it comes to love, you are acting like a stupid, manipulative, mean teenager that you're going to get your way. That's not how you get love, Chantal.
Well, I mean, it could work.
No.
I mean, we could say, okay, clean slate, and we start.
So y'all hearing this? I hope y'all are hearing this. So she was claiming he's been so abusive to me, but maybe it could work. She still wants to be with him. And again, notice where she's at. She's in the Canadian villa in her own home. She was making her own money from YouTube. She was making a lot of money. And I mean a lot of money because she just would not get offline. There was no reason for her to be around Natter. He wasn't physically around her, forcing her to be there at all. She could have stayed away. He didn't even have a car. He couldn't even drive to go see her. She kept going to him. But even after making the claims against him, she's still trying to figure out a way to be around this man. So how bad was he really? Ask yourselves that.
Friendship. Just a friendship.
He's abusive, but let's be friends. Still trying to figure out a way to be friends.
So you all collectively, I don't see one comment, one person who thinks I should be with him. I don't get it. Tessa, I don't even feel like doing content. That's the problem. I feel like I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to make him look bad. So
I don't want to make him look bad. He's abusive, but I don't want to make him look bad. Too late. He looks bad because of the things that you said about him on your channel, exploiting the topics of DV. Your fault. Everything we knew about him at that time came from your mouth.
Therefore, I don't want to fucking talk about anything. I'm not talking about the charges because I don't know how to talk about it without.
So this is after she filed charges on him because Natter wanted to go and get the restraining order for her to stay away. So she wanted to beat him to the punch bowl, get into the police station first, issuing that threat. And then after issuing the charges, I don't know if she actually did, but wanting to be friends. She also made this interesting comment of she wanted to keep the charges on Natter, but at the same time have the freedom to go see him. So she wanted to keep the charges on him to maintain the threat and control, but at the same time have the freedom to go see him. Does this sound like normal behavior to y'all for a victim? Because it doesn't to me. It sounds like a manipulative, evil, vile witch who wants what she wants. At the same time, to get what she wants to control somebody using that.
Fucking one of us over. You're asking me if I'm proud of myself, accountable beauty? Fuck you. You're gonna fucking blame me for your idiots doxing people? Fuck you. No, you think I lie so fucking much. I changed my statement. Did it say you lied? No, it says I changed my statement. It's not about hurting feelings. It's about respecting the privacy of the situation that involves more people than just me. I didn't mean to ruin your day by falling in love with getting in a toxic relationship.
You know what, Beezers? If you're over here, there's so much you guys don't know. Those of you that are jumping into the game late, you're coming to the party late, that you don't know about Crack at Olympics, you don't know about this whole thing with Natter and Foodie. There's so much you guys don't know, and she's not going to tell you. But all you got to do is just do a search under her name, under any archive channel, any clip channel. You'll find everything that she's hiding from you, and you'll find out a lot. Trust me, you will.
Sorry I didn't consider your feelings. That's what I wanted to say. If they're watching, have a good night. I need to work on.
If they're watching, have a good night. So she's talking to Natter through her live stream. She did that a lot too.
Oh. Why am I scamming OnlyFans? I'm not trying to. I'm not scamming.
Yeah, that happened too. She set up an OnlyFans, told people about it on YouTube, had them all sign up. Within 2 days, she told people, I'm not doing content on here anymore. Some people got chargebacks on their memberships. Then she set up another OnlyFans and then didn't do any content. So Beezer's like, she's got a history of scamming you guys in different ways.
I'm done feeling sorry for myself. Lacey, the thing is though he does though, like he would absolutely, he would go out of his way to pleasure me. He would. He does. Like sexually wise, like, and I'm annoying. Okay, I'm gonna change the subject. What can I eat? I must seem like a weird creepo. Just talking about the same guy all the time. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you guys listening to me, actually. No, I have to.
Now, like, y'all want to know what Chantal's therapy was? This was it. This has always been her therapy. She wants people to come into her chat and make money off of Google AdSense and Super Chats. She wants her therapist to pay her. She doesn't want to pay a real therapist. She's always concerned about making money off of people, not paying people for stuff. This has been an ongoing system for years.
Go, guys. I'm sorry.
This is why she's never gotten better. She won't go to the right people for real help. It's always about avoiding help, avoiding change, avoiding evolving into something different. She wants to stay the same and have other people pay her to stay the same.
You guys I'm not driving anywhere. I'm not going anywhere with anybody, guys. I'm literally going in my bed. You know that. I guess I have to be kind of conscious, but I like to just do things and live my life, man.
Okay, enough with that. You guys get the gist. She just said, I exaggerated the claims. I did. I lied. So do you anybody out there wondering like why girl world doesn't like her? Why we don't trust her? Because she's a big old liar. There's a reason why we say rule number 1, Chantal lies. That started a while ago. And it's as true today as it was then.
Exactly, Tracy. Everyone says that exactly. Even though they've seen evidence of him being abusive with Dee Dee.
That was Dee Dee. And you try to claim that the stuff on the Sam's Bar Lounge videos was you, and it wasn't you. It was never you. You weren't in a single one of those videos. It was all Dee Dee. You're trying to say, oh, he did it to her. He did it to me too. Not going to wash.
He's an abuser, a narcissistic abuser. Like, I don't know. Whatever. Believe what you want, but.
And so are you. You're a narcissistic abuser too. That's how the two of you got along. That's how you guys connected. You guys understood each other on that level. You're both evil.
He was evil and vile, and now people are going to say that he's not to defend.
Oh, no. Wait. No. No one is saying that Natter isn't vile or evil. He is. No one could ever look at Natter and say, this is a good guy. No one's saying that. No one's going to say it. But just because he is doesn't mean you're not. You're both vile. You're both awful people.
To go against me. Right. Okay. So what's the financial abuse if Amber Lynn was paying all her bills?
We're circling back around to this again.
Did anyone force Beck to stay in that situation?
How could Beck leave with no money, nowhere to go? If Beck wasn't working outside the home, put money in their own pocket, they could save back to leave. How could they leave?
Of having to wipe? What evidence? I'd like to know, because I haven't seen any. Where? I said, let me know. Where? What? What did she do? How do you know she stole Beck's inheritance? Where's the proof of that? It's gross to... Well... Hey, Ron. Whatever. All I hear is that she had to wipe ass. That's all I hear. For like 3 years. So it's not...
Okay, I want to address something right here. I want to... Okay. Rosa says Beck could have easily found a job months after breaking up. So when they moved, they had more than $100. I'm going to speak up in Beck's defense. I'm sure Beck could speak for themselves, but I'm going to say something. That if you've been through that kind of trauma, that kind of pain, that kind of abuse, something that should be noted and understood, that when you go through abuse like that, even when you're physically away from the person who has hurt you, it doesn't mean as soon as you are physically away from them that you are completely okay. Dealing with an abusive person can leave you so broken, mentally, emotionally unable to cope. You can go into a serious depression spiral. If you've had somebody whittle away at your self-esteem, your pride, your happiness, you don't know how to feel happy. It may be hard to function. All you want to do is sit still and not move and try to process what just happened to you. And if it's went on for a long time, it may take a long time to download all of it and put the pieces together and make sense of it. You don't feel good about yourself. You may lack confidence or the energy to go out and do things. You just want to put yourself in a box and close the lid and not move. I'm not saying that is the case with Beck. Beck can speak for themselves, but just like you've been through some stuff. You know what I'm talking about. It messes with your mind. Bad. Real bad. It takes all of your energy to just do simple things. So that might be an explanation why, it took a while for Beck to find their voice.
It's not okay for me to say that, but it's okay for you guys to downplay my abuse. Okay, whatever. So whatever.
Because it never happened to you, liar. There we go. Danielle Mia says there's several videos of Chantal saying it didn't happen. Yep, and I just played one. And there's more. And there's more. And the beautiful part is that Chantal can't get rid of those videos because they're not on her channel. So thank God for the reactors, for the clip channels, the archive channels. That's why she hates them so much. What's out there will forever be out there. And the truth right along with
Yeah, I took up for him a lot and defended him.
Yeah, why would you do that if he's abusive?
I had to say,
no, you didn't. You didn't have to say nothing. You did it because you want to keep seeing him and you want to keep getting the party favors from him. You ain't got to.
He would always say, go online and fix it. Fix it. You ruined my reputation. So, whatever. No. Physical abuse is way worse than having to wipe someone's ass. I'm sorry.
Oh, so you're an authority now on one abuse is more intense than the other. You are a certified expert. I didn't know you had a degree in that. Where was I when this happened? Did you graduate from the University of Trauma with honors that you can judge other people? Huh, girl world, where was I? I must have missed that part. Dang. You can't judge nothing because you're a fake. And if you were real, you wouldn't judge at all.
I'm sorry. So, you still can't give me an example of how she was abused. What's her abuse? No, that never happened, Dandelion.
Mortal Wombat 669 says, then you should probably just stop talking about relationships if you don't want yours talked about. That might be some good advice right there.
How did it happen? Hey, Teardrop.
Rosa said, dude, Beck was living their best life. Look how much their quality of life has changed since Amber. I reacted to Beck's response video, which, by the way, was so well done. It was done in a calm way. And at the end, Beck showed themselves on video. And I must say, Beck, you look amazing. There's light in your eyes. You look very clear-headed. You look so different than when you were with Amber. You can see the change on your face.
I need an example. You guys are deflecting on this natter shit because you can't give me an example.
No. I'm not going to let you get away with that. You're deflecting. You brought him up because you want to play competition with abuse. You deflected. People were talking about Beck, and then you're like, well, what happened to me was worse. And that's how that got brought into it. You brought everybody into it. Stop gaslighting people.
No, I'm waiting for an example. I need to know where Beck gave an example of abuse. Like what? You ruin people's reputations that way by saying somebody abused you when they actually didn't. So I need to see where the abuse was. Because all I'm hearing is that she didn't have to wipe Amberlynn and take care of her own girlfriend when she was sick.
You know, just because somebody is a boyfriend or a girlfriend doesn't mean if they are your boyfriend or girlfriend, it means that they have to sign on to be a 24/7 caretaker and wipe their butt. Especially if the person can wipe their own butt. Being in a relationship or living with somebody doesn't mean that you have to take care of them 24/7. It's just no.
I'm waiting to hear where the abuse is. Because I call bullshit on Beck. Honestly, I do.
I'm calling bullshit on you. I'm calling bullshit on all your claims of abuse. How about that? You like that? No? Don't care. You're a liar. You've always been a liar. And you're always going to be a liar. You're so desperate for attention, you'll lie about things that have happened to you. Just to have something to talk about, just to have someone to make money on YouTube. At the same time, you come online talking about DV and SA and exploiting those topics, knowing there are probably people in your audience that have been through those things, and you're purposely trying to trigger them so that they feel some kind of sympathy or trauma bond or something, and they'll open up their wallets or their purses and give you money. It's something that you've done multiple times in the past, and you still haven't shut up. You're still trying to exploit those topics and the people that have been through that pain for your own financial gain because you're a broke bitch. If you had any kind of respect for real victims, you would shut up. You would stop talking about it. You would stop triggering people and bringing this crap up. It doesn't apply to you. And it's sick. They're trying to use what happened to Beck as some kind of competition. Oh, mine was worse. It didn't happen at all. Never did it. Never.
I don't care. I'm not a mob mentality person who will go against ALR just because everyone else does. I'm sorry. Okay, what happened? What happened?
Mortal Wombat 669 says Beck was in renal failure and on a lot of medication driving. Amber all over because she needed food and to go shopping. Yeah. And wouldn't a caring partner, if their partner was sick, say, you know what? I need food and I need supplies. So I got this. I'm going to get on my phone and I'm going to order Postmates. Done. That way my partner doesn't have to go out and be out while they're sick and drive me around. I'll just order stuff from home. And if I can't, it can wait another day. I'll find some other way. That's what a caring partner would do. Not put their partner through hell while they're seriously ill.
She kept her away from her mom when she was dying?
Yes, she did.
I never heard that.
Well, you should have heard it. See, maybe you should research things before you start talking on things.
I'm pretty sure they all went to visit her mom.
Nope. And poor Beck. Poor Beck will never get back the time that they could have had with their mother before their mother passed away. I know you don't care about your family, Chantal. Certainly, you didn't care about your grandmother when she was in hospice because you were too busy being up Natter's tail end, making sure he didn't go with any other woman. But some people actually care about their family, want to spend time with family. And poor Beck is forever going to be haunted with the time that they can't get back with somebody who's no longer here.
So whatever. Anyway. It's not financial abuse if she's paying her bills. Like what? Didn't
she can't call Amber out for financial abuse, because if she does, then she would have to admit to her own financial abuse, because Chantal has been financially abusive and controlling people with money. Y'all notice that after Beeeee, she was actively seeking out men that didn't have jobs, didn't have money on purpose. When she moved in with Pete's had a job. Pete's had money. That's how they were able to get into the villa. Pete's was the one who had his name on the dotted line at the villa. Chantal's name was never on the lease. That means she could have left anytime she wanted, and she was not financially obligated. Pete's had good credit at the time. She had her bankruptcy. So she said, Pete's, let's move in together, and I'll pay all the bills and the rent. Just put your name on the dotted line. Pete said, okay. Previous to that, Chantal had put Pete's in debt. So maybe he thought by moving in with Chantal, in a way, he could get back some of what was owed to him. But when they moved in, he had a job. He had money. But Chantal, wanting a co-host for her channel, kept hounding Pete's to quit his job and join her on YouTube. So when something happened, he no longer had a job. Then he started doing live streams with Chantal. But then she got bored with that. And she did the same thing with Pete's that she's done with Natter and also with Salah. Like after a while, she gets bored and then she starts making faces and rolling her eyes when the guy walks in the room. Like Pete's was conquered. He was at her mercy and she took full advantage. And then she moved on to Natter. And then after Natter was Salah. Always looking for men with no job, no money. Then she lures them into her golden web of like, don't worry, I'll take care of everything. You don't need to work. Just spend time with me. And then the moment they get into her web and they get stuck, she wraps them in that web of convenience and coziness and being lazy, and they get used to it. She gets them used to not doing anything. They willingly give up their independence for her. And then they figure out what a bad idea that is. Because once she figures out that they're used to being taken care of, that's when the bitch comes out. You got to do what I say. I'm the one paying for everything. That's when the mean girl comes out. And trust me, she gets mean.
Didn't Beck's mom beat Amber Lynn up? I don't know. That's weird to me. Didn't somebody, one of Amber Lynn's ex, beat up, or was it Casey's mom? I don't know. Oh, Destiny's mom. Oh, okay. I don't really care. I said, but what I've heard Beck say is all just blah, blah. I had to wipe her hygiene habits have nothing to do with anything. Like 3 years later, blah, blah, blah. I don't care.
Chantal, even if if somebody's been through abuse, if they want to wait 20, 30 years to talk about it, that is their right as a victim. If that's how long it takes to process it, to talk about it, to find their voice again, that's how long it takes. There is no time limit.
Someone threw a microwave? She's not that innocent, exactly. What does that have to do with anything, Danielle? No, it's not vitriol because see how you're deflecting on me? Because I'm asking questions like you guys do to me? Thank you, Kelly. How do you know that, Evie, that she didn't want her to go to the hospital?
This person says, Eve says she was almost in renal failure talking about Beck and didn't want her to go to the hospital. Hero says, wait, so we're supposed to believe your abuse but not Beck's? Yeah, like, because Chantal tells the truth. She tells the truth, right? She tells the truth. She tells the truth. Does she? Let's find out. Let's find out if Chantal tells the truth. Let's see. Does she tell the truth? Let me look here to see if she tells the truth about what happened to her. How about this for truth? How about this? Let's listen.
Apologize for going to the police station and like just doing a police report to begin with. Like I feel like my intentions weren't clean with it. Natter has never beaten me. So did I ever say he beat me? No.
So Beezers, you got two versions of the truth. You got what she says here and what she's saying now. First she said, yeah, he abused me. Now here's a clip saying he never beat me. That my intentions weren't clean when I went to the police station. But now she's telling y'all, oh, like he punched me. He put out a cigarette on me. Let me ask you something. Which version of the truth do you believe? Which do you think is true? The one she's giving you now or this one? Which one? And keep in mind that she's painting this story of abuse to you because of Beck coming forward with their truth. And she feels like she's got a one-up Beck for some sick, strange reason. You know? It's a competition to her. But here's the truth right here. Let me blow it up again. We need to see it.
Apologize for going to the police station and like just doing a police report to begin with. Like I feel like my intentions weren't clean with it. Nader has never beaten me.
So she admits to being a manipulator and going to the police station, not for justice for anything that happened to her, out of revenge. Making up claims of DV for revenge, for manipulation, for control. But also saying, he never beat me, but I'm going to go to the police station because I don't like the fact that Nader was with Dee Dee and I want Dee Dee to go back home to Montreal. That's what it was about. I don't like the fact that he's spending time with somebody and it's not me. I want to be right there next to him. And because he's saying no, he's choosing to say no to me. I don't like the word no because I'm a big brat. I'm going to force him to be with me. And he can't be with anybody else. Some victim, huh? Would someone who's a victim act this way? Where they have this kind of mentality? This is not a victim talking. This is a predator. Straight up predator. A predator would think this way. A predator would act this way. Manipulate their way into somebody's life. Use threats. Do the strong arm tactics. Victim, not. Predator, yes. Preys on people. Zeroes in on people. Controlling, manipulating, lying. Even will go so far as to use the law to get their way. That's not going to make somebody love you, Chantal. That's how you get people to hate you.
So, did I ever say he beat me? No, I never said that.
Whatever. Keep going with your bullshit.
She told her mom, she told Beck, you can't go see your own mom. I don't know. I highly doubt that.
And yes, I'm using a bit more colorful language in this react because I'm pissed. I'm so mad. The lies coming out of her mouth today, I'm mad. So I apologize for the coarse language. But that's what happens when I get mad.
Nope, you don't have to believe me, actually. You don't have to believe my story. That's fine.
I don't, because of what I just saw.
You don't have to. At all. Tell her to demonetize her videos then.
Why? Why should Beck demonetize their videos when you monetized your supposed story for almost a year? And you made plenty of money between the monetization and the super chats. Thousands of dollars. Monetizing a fake story, fake trauma, fake pain, fake abuse. So if you're fake and you make money on something, why can't a real one come along and make money? Huh?
Privated all my videos about him.
You want to know why? Because if you didn't private those videos, if they were still out there on your channel, then maybe your beezers could see just how cracked you are, how unhinged, how you were acting like a stalker, that you were obsessed with that man, how abusive you really are. You don't want them to see the truth. You want to scrub the truth off your channel and just keep the lies and control the narrative like you always have.
All my videos. Exactly, Teardrop. They brought this up and now they're acting like, oh, how dare you? How dare you talk against Beck? Bullshit, she couldn't leave her alone. Why? So stupid. Beck is Gandhi. I want to talk about whatever I want to. If people don't like it, don't follow me or leave the chat. I don't care, honestly. I don't get emails from him, Dandelion. Now you're just making.
You got an email from Natter recently. Your abuser. You got an email from him recently. How about that? Why wouldn't you have his email blocked? Why wouldn't you have him blocked?
Making shit up. I haven't gotten an email from that loser in forever. Oh no, yeah, I did get one. Did I reply to it? No.
But the fact that he wasn't blocked, that's very odd. I would think that'd be the first person on the block list.
I haven't talked about or to him in forever.
Wrong again.
If I wanted to get money, do you know how I could sit here and tell you things I've never told anybody? But
what haven't you told us?
I don't, because I want to move on from it.
You're not moving on, though. You keep bringing it up.
Right? And I can tell you what I went through was a lot worse than somebody having to help them with personal care, you know?
There's the competition again. It's disgusting.
Amberlynn wasn't physically forcing Beck to not go see her mom. If somebody told me not to go see my mom when she's sick, I would tell them to.
No, but Beck, listen. But Amber put Beck in a position where if Beck wanted to leave the house and go see mom, then there'd be worries on the table of like, while I'm gone, who's going to take care of the animals? Who's going to feed them? Who's going to walk them? Who's going to put fresh water down? Amberlynn's not going to do it. Who's going to wipe her butt? Because she can't. Who's going to cook? Who's going to clean? You know, you can't leave the house peacefully to go do something if you're living with a 500-pound toddler. What, you're going to come home and the animals are starving because they don't have any food? They don't have any water? The dog's not been walked. They might be peeing all over the house. There's poop and stuff all over the furniture. You can't leave the house like that.
Off and go do it anyway. What is Amberlynn gonna do? Chase her? Hello? Yeah, I'm comparing. Yes, Eddie J. Deal with it. Bye. See you. I don't want Beck ass kissing people in here anyway. It's weeding everyone out. No, she didn't. Come on. Amberlynn has never displayed any kind of like abusive behavior or any kind of her demeanor. Like you've seen.
Oh, the demeanor. So it's like, oh, because we haven't seen her do anything physical on camera, that means she's not abusive. So that's how you're figuring this out, Chantal. If we don't see any violence on camera, then that means they're not abusive. Wrong.
Nattered, be a complete asshole. What about the time we were live and I went to get up and leave and he forced me to stay?
Were you intoxicated?
Physically, he got in my way and I said, no. Oh yeah, you're going to deny that happened now though, right? Has that ever happened to Beck and Amberlynn on camera? No.
Tooth Fairy says that's an abuser making sure the abused make sure people know that she's not abused. Right. There's the face that an abuser will put on in front of people. And then there's the face they put on in private with you. And believe me, an abuser can have many different faces for many different people. And sometimes you would never know what's going on behind closed doors and closed windows.
I don't believe that Amberlynn is a narc abuser. I don't believe it. Sorry. Yeah, exactly, Teardrop. She goes online for a million times, like, oh, I'm going to do another part series. And thank you, Mr. Snowflake. Yeah, this is all, they're all in this together trying to get clout off of Amberlynn.
It's a big conspiracy. It's a conspiracy, y'all. It's a conspiracy. Conspiracy.
Like, it's stupid. Sorry. I have an opposing opinion, and I don't care who likes it or not. Who cares, Tammy? What does that have to do? Okay, well, don't come back. I said, shh. See you.
That's it, Chantal. Just get rid of half your viewers. I guess you're not broke enough. I guess you can spare a few people. You know, increase the audience in Girl World. Do that. Go ahead. Do that. And then when those people go the reaction channels and they start being part of the live streams and having a good time and participating in discussions, then you're going to get mad because those are fake beezers and they were fake and phony and they're part of the vultures and the zombies. Every time you do a rage stream like this, you increase the size of the Girl World audience just by being a jerk. Your lack of views, your lack of money have nothing to do with us. We're doing what we've always done. It's you that needs improvement, not us. Like your views keep dropping, your viewers keep dropping, you keep buying fake subs to make up for the subs you lose, the real ones, and then you get mad at Girl World like we are to blame. No, your mouth is to blame.
Defiant, yeah, because I don't agree with your opinion. So, okay. Can't believe what, Anna? I don't take Beck's side. I don't believe her. I'm sure there's some people who don't believe me. That's fine. I don't care.
You've made that point several times during this live stream. How many times are you going to say it?
It's my opinion. So whatever. Laura, how about you put energy into minding your own fucking business when I exercise or not? Is it your business? She doesn't have proof for anything. Yep. And I'm entitled to it, YouTube lover. And I'm tired of holding my tongue online.
You never hold your tongue. What do you mean?
Because of cancel culture, because of snowflakes, because of people who are hive-minded and pack-minded who just villainize one person over and over for the dumbest shit. I can't stand it. So, yes, there's been lots of proof, Tammy. Lots. The emails I sent to the detective saying it did happen.
You mean the one where you're calling yourself Foodie Beauty and you weren't even using your real name? Why would you do that talking to a detective using the name Foodie Beauty? Fake email. And by the way, for those that don't know, after Chantal made said allegations against Natter, do you know what she did? For those that don't know, she actually went to Natter's house with coffee and green products, like a coffee date. Knocked on the door, expecting to be let in. And then when they didn't let her in, she got mad and she raged about it. So she went to the police station and she made said allegations, charges, whatever. And then she went over there afterwards like it was no big deal. Brought coffee and some roll-ups, thinking that everything was going to be okay, that he would just forgive her. That's how twisted she is. So she was a real victim. Why would she want any contact with that man?
Even when I was trying to retract my statements because I still wanted to be with him. It's called a trauma bond.
But you never went through any trauma, and neither did he. You guys never went through the same kind of trauma. How could there be a trauma bond? If you never went through trauma and he never went through trauma, what exactly are you bonding over?
Don't act stupid. Yeah, I said it was a lie. Of course. I hate snowflake people. I'm sorry. I'm not going to hold my tongue anymore just because people don't like it. I'm not here to appease you. I'm not here to be your friend. This is my channel. I'm here to talk about whatever I want. How did I break the trauma bond?
She didn't break it. She never broke the bond with Natter. Even afterwards, when it was all said and done, she still offered him $2,000 to continue the drama. You know what broke the bond they had? When he said, no, I don't want to continue this. And he moved to Montreal to be with Dee Dee. And that's when she got mad. And she was going to show him. And that's when Salah came along. And in my opinion, this is just my opinion now, I think she got with Salah as a get back to Natter, and also as a way to kind of get him back, because she does like to triangulate between people. She likes to have two men fighting over her. And maybe she thought that by putting Salah in the picture, that there'd be a sense of, Natter, you better come get me. I've got this younger guy, this more attractive guy than you. I'm about to do for him and give to him all the money I used to give to you. You better come get me. You better come get him. That was a manipulative way for her to get Natter back, to kind of like pull him on the leash. But Natter didn't fall for it. He said, nope, I'm out. You're a whole lot of psycho wrapped in a whole lot of crazy, and I don't want nothing to do with that. You know, $2,000 to even begin to cover the aggravation that comes with you. Goodbye. But by then, she was so far down the rabbit hole with introducing Salah to all of us and talking about him to all of us, she could not like go back and stop the whole thing. She had to follow through with it, and she did, which led to all this misery that she's gone through. She is the master of her own misery. It started with her, it'll end with her. But she's always tried to make Natter jealous. She's always wanted a relationship with him. She doesn't care if it's fake or not. She wants one with him. And look, she's still talking about him. Still, to this day, he's still very much on her mind.
Just being away from that long, like just staying away. As hard as it was, I kept wanting to go back.
You didn't stay away. He told you to go away. He didn't want to be with you. He was with Dee Dee. And then after a while, you figured out, I'm never going to get what I want. I've tried everything. I've tried every trick in the book. I'm just going to have to give up for now. I got to give up.
Wanting to go back, begging to go back. Thank God that Dee Dee came into the picture, although I don't wish.
Thank God she came into the picture. You cursed her up and down through a month of Sundays for being there. And even after you got with Salah, you went into Natter's chat room and said, you took my man and I could take him back. Even after being with Salah, weirdo.
Wish that on her, abuse on her. I wish.
But you did, though. You even went on record as saying, I'm glad that Dee Dee's being hurt. It made you happy that Dee Dee was being hurt. And then other weird moments, you were jealous of Dee Dee being hurt, that it wasn't you.
She would leave his ass in the friggin' streets of Montreal. But
let me tell you something, Chantal. If Natter ever got away from Dee Dee, I will bet any amount of money that if she ever left or he ever left, with one phone call, Natter talking to you, Chantal, I've left Dee Dee. You be on the next plane back to Canada. You wouldn't even pack all your stuff. You would just go because you're still obsessed with him. Because he was the one you couldn't have. He was the one you really wanted. You wanted Natter. You settled for Salah because you couldn't have Natter. Your obsessions, your addictions, you've never dealt with any of them. Never gone into recovery. Your addictions are all ongoing. So what would make Natter any different? You said, I'm addicted to this man. You never cured that addiction. It just had to get put on hold because you were dealing with your bankruptcy in Canada. You owed money and you were running from the tax man. Still running. Still hiding out from him. But you're still talking to Natter, aren't you? Still sending him money? I bet you are. I bet you are. And maybe part of the reason why you're sending Natter money is because he knows a bunch of shit. And you don't want him to talk. If you stop paying him, he might talk just to make some money. And girl world, we don't like him, but we'd listen. He's got a whole lot of dirt on you, Foodie. He's like you. He holds on to stuff. You hold on to stuff. He holds on to stuff. You've always had an obsession with that man. You won't let go. You never let go of the men you bring into your life. You always put them in your back pocket just in case you need them for something. Just in case you need companionship or they got money or something. You hang on to them. You haven't let go of Pete's. You don't love Pete's. But you hung on to Pete's in case you need something from him, like, say, his money. You don't know how to say goodbye.
I almost didn't. I dropped him off, and then thank God for Sam's Bar Lounge, because I believed, because I'm an idiot, that he didn't cheat on me. Even after he cheated on me and gave me an STD, which is...
You can't cheat on somebody you were not in a relationship with. She likes to use relationship terms for the fact that her and Natter never had a real relationship. They were never committed to one another. So how could he cheat on her if he never said, I'm in a relationship with you and I'm monogamous to you?
Abuse, physical abuse, having sex with someone without telling the person and not using a condom.
You know what? That's on you too, big idiot. Why were you going over there and raw dogging somebody that you know is a, runaround? He's a runaround Randy, running around the neighborhood, sticking it wherever the wind blows. Why, at you being a 30-something-year-old woman, why were you raw dogging a guy who was with everybody? I mean, how much time does it take to put a rubber on? How much time?
Yeah, that's disgusting. And giving them an STD.
That was your fault. You knew what he was. You knew what he did. You raw dogged him. You're the idiot.
On the way home from Montreal after I dropped him at Dee Dee's, I heard the Sam's Bar Lounge video came out, and I was like, wow. And I heard them talking about everything, how they were together.
There's always been the rumor that Chantal was behind the Sam's Bar Lounge channel. Can't confirm that, but there's always been that rumor.
And just it all built up. All of this stuff just built up. And I was like, no.
And you, for being a real victim, you actually play one of the Sam's Bar Lounge videos on your channel. What victim would do that? What victim would show the abuse of another victim?
So, I don't care. Charlie Gold can suck a dick, honestly. Sorry to say that, but she's a bitch. Honestly, she is one sad person. She loses weight for a gotcha.
I'm sure she did it for her own health. It just bothers you when somebody else that you can see, they take control of their health, because you don't want to take control of your health. But you're going to hate on somebody for caring about their body and their health when you don't at all.
Now she thinks she still sits there with her head bobbing around. This is disgusting. ALR is so gross. F off. Get out of here. You're a bully too. Yep, talking like this during Ramadan. Yep. Oh. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
What alibi? What alibi, Dandelion, are you talking about? I've told that story. If you're talking about Meeeee, I've told that story a million times. All right? I've said it a million times. Yeah, exactly, Ron. They're all trash. The whole community that reacts to Amberlynn is trash. And I don't care if there's 50,000 people who disagree with me.
Ma'am, can I bring this to your attention? You're saying that the reaction community is trash. At the same time, what do you talk about on your channel? I know this may be a hard concept for you to grasp. You know, you only got 2 brain cells and they're busy at any given time being swallowed up in all the cholesterol and oil that you put into your body. But just follow me here. We react to you, but you yourself are a reaction channel. You react to all of us. You spend your free time running around on Twitter, running around on YouTube, in community posts, on your sock accounts, reacting to us. So you're a reaction channel too.
Y'all can get bent and sit and spin. I don't care.
At least we won't get stuck if we spin.
Hey, Bear. He lied to me. He showed me the DMs, and I didn't understand the timeline. After that, I understood. I said it could have happened. And whenever he said that he was going to get me to testify, I said, don't, because now I know that there is a time that you could have done it. So where am I defending him? You just hear what you want because your ears are blocked, because you're stupid.
That's her blocking finger. Like the whole, you're seeing the finger move. That's her blocking finger.
So, yeah. No, he's not a low value man.
Ooh, she hates that when people say that Salah is a low value man, but he is. I mean, how else can we look at Salah? What does he bring to the table that's high value? He is a man living off of a woman. He's able bodied. He's able to go out and work. He doesn't go out and make money on his own. He's not independent. What does he bring to the table? Nothing. He's a man living off of a woman, but also living off of an addict. This man, Salah, is profiting off of an addict and their addictions. I'm sorry, that's a low value man.
Okay. You're low value people. You're people who don't think for yourself. You're sheep. You're zombies. You don't have a single, you're a fucking amoeba with legs. So yeah, that's what you are. And then y'all can get out of my chat. Thank you. Who else disagrees? Who else loves Beck right now? Seriously, if you love Beck, I'm going to block you.
This is her threatening the chat. If you disagree with me, I'm going to block you. I'm getting a sense of deja vu right now. This is classic Foodie Beauty right here. This is Crackhead Olympics Foodie Beauty, where she would go off with Natter and come home the next day after doing the nose powder all night. And the crash from the nose powder would just give her the nastiest moods. Nasty. Ooh, they were nasty. So nasty. She'd be like, who wants to be blocked? Who wants to be blocked? Who wants to be blocked? And she would sit there and block 50, 60 people at a time. She would just take out her frustration, her rage, her bad mood on everybody. This is classic Chantal.
Hey, Miss Quinn. Nah, what evidence? I'm still waiting to hear. So stupid. Hey, Nat.
And I know this is going to be a long react, y'all. And I know some of you like the long reacts and some of you don't, but this rage is a bit more entertaining than all her other stuff. This beats the crap out of her eating, does it not? So I got to stick with it. I got to stick with it.
Hey, Script Goat. It's so chill. No, Anna, you're allowed your opinion. That's the thing. And so am I. Honestly.
You're allowed your opinion, but if you like Beck, I'm going to block you. Does that sound like your opinion is welcome if it opposes Chantal?
I think the most abusive people, more than Amberlynn, is the Amberlynn reaction community. You're going to tell me that that bug-eyed creep with a wife beater, Jordy, is not abusive, trying to zoom in on Amberlynn's legs and her in the reflection, like making fun of her the way he does? But that's okay, right? Because Beck had to wipe Amberlynn's ass. Oh, cool, Miss Quinn.
Are you almost done complaining, Chantal? Complain, complain, complain. You are just a ball of sunshine today.
Trixie. You're probably overworked and underpaid anyway, so who cares? Don't feel bad. Your mama covers everyone, yeah. The only thing I don't like is I didn't watch his stream because I'm not subscribing to him. But he's like, apparently that I'm like FFG. I don't think so, buddy. I don't think so. Do I have a hate channel?
Yeah, you kind of do. I mean, just this live stream alone, what have we heard? You're hating on Beck. You're hating on anybody who talks about Amberlynn, any reactor that talks about Amberlynn, Jordy. Who else? You got hate for Beck all day long. What is this? This is not exactly love. You hate on people a lot.
No. Yeah, I know, Rosa. He gets like 1 million views. He gets more views than FFG. He gets tons of super chat because that's exactly what they want. People want somebody to beat up on the internet. They want the drama to keep going.
And you have anger management issues. And you know what, Chantal? I used to be involved with somebody that was a lot like you. They weren't 500 pounds and they were a man, but they were a lot like you in the respect that they were filled with so much self-loathing and self-hate that it made them negative all the time. And to feel alive, they had to fight. They caused fights. They caused arguments. Like their life was full of misery, but rather than fix the problem, find a solution, be more happy, they wallowed in their misery and their anger. And they always felt good when they were like in an argument. And if you don't want to argue with them, they're going to argue with you. They're going to try. They're going to pick a fight. You're full of anger. You hate your life. You hate yourself. You obviously do because you don't want to fix yourself. You got problems. You don't want to fix those. Okay. You don't want to fix your problems. That is your prerogative to wallow in your problems like a pig wallows in mud. But it fills you with anger. You look around. You see channels that maybe they're doing better than you money-wise. Maybe they're getting more super chats. Maybe they're getting more engagement. But you're not going back to the drawing board and fixing another blueprint up to where you get the things that you want. All you do is hate on what other people have that you don't have. You ruminate in your misery. You just revel in it. My life is so horrible. These people pick on me. These reaction channels are so evil. Ma'am, considering your health and what's going on with your health, you've got bigger fish to fry. You got bigger fish to fry. There are lots of things that are much more important that you should be focusing on, besides the reaction channels and the clip channels and the archive channels that are just archiving your stuff and doing what they've been doing for years. You got problems with your walking. You got problems with your breathing. You obviously, you've got money issues if you're begging from people. You need to focus on you, not us, not on what we're saying. Focus on you. You need to start taking care of you and stop being such a busybody and all over Twitter with your little sock accounts and your little fake names, thinking that you're so smart that we can't figure out who you are, because we do. Focus on you. You're spending your energy in all the wrong places and on all the wrong people.
They're encouraging him to be a disgusting MF. It's dirty money.
Ma'am, let's not bring up what you used to do back in the day at the Canadian Villa, being so high out of your mind you were practically incoherent on 2,000 milligrams of edibles, being drunk on stream and throwing up. Let's not talk about that. Coming on camera dressed in your lingerie, going on Omegle doing that, driving while intoxicated, high out of your mind. What about all the disgusting things that you did? And some of them you still do. No mention of that at all?
So, I know I can't talk about it, right? But they bring it up in my chat, knowing they want to. Teardrop, it's so stupid. Like a mind virus, right?
I'm sorry, but if we're going to talk about dirty money, let's talk about dirty money. Coming on YouTube and doing fetish content, adult fetish content, in full view of the public. You're not putting in the topic what you're doing, why you're doing it, to warn the audience, to inform the audience of this fetish content. You're just putting it in front of people because you want to make money. And you're over there trying to figure out what adult fetishes you can do and get away with to attract different fetish groups, to pull them on, say, Instagram or PayPal and get paid. You're exposing people to fetishes that they did not want to see, they did not want to know. That's dirty money, Chantal. You're not doing things the right way. Bringing the Foodie fetish here, the adult baby fetish here, the hoo cow stuff here. In the past, you did exhibitionism. You were flashing people. You're always talking about your bowel movements. I got to go to the bathroom. You're catering to the poop fetish guys and the guys that like the, oh, she's about to have an accident guy. That arouses me so much. Fetish content. Dirty money. Because you're doing it in the wrong place. Because you don't want to be bothered to make an account somewhere and do it privately and tell all your fetish guys to meet you there so that only adults can see. You put it here on YouTube where potentially underage people will be exposed to it. Nobody's here for the fetish stuff. But you're so money hungry. You don't care what you do or where you do it, if it's decent or not. You just want to make your coin, right? And the sad thing is, you don't have to go to those extremes to make the coin. You could just do a live or do a video and make coin anyway. But gotta cater to those fetish guys because they pay the most money, don't they? You want to do the fetish crap? Take it on a Cameo. Do it privately. Don't do it here. But don't you dare talk about dirty money. People just giving their opinions on a video. Because I haven't seen a reactor yet, a channel yet, that is doing adult fetishes on YouTube. No, you get that distinction. You get that honor. You're the one doing that. No reactor is. You are, though. Cut it out.
They live in dirty money, yeah. Exactly. Honestly, it feels so freeing saying something without having to walk on eggshells in Gore World, worrying about people villainizing you. I don't care. I really don't care. I don't have to like people just because other people do. Encouraging me to eat. I have to eat, Kitten Zombie. They're not my mom. They're not my...
Yeah, you can eat, but you can eat off camera. And if you're struggling against your food addiction, you eat off camera. But of course, you got to monetize it.
My dad. If they're coming to watch a mukbang, you know, Gypsy talking to Salah is gonna, yeah, right. That's probably Gypsy Colina. Because I can tell because you're illiterate and you can't spell. And you're a broke bitch. You only send $2 super.
Wow. We got to hear that again. This broke bitch calling somebody else a broke bitch. Really?
I don't have to like people just because other people do. Encouraging me to eat. I have to eat, Kitten Zombie. They're not my mom. They're not my dad. If they're coming to watch a mukbang, you know, Gypsy talking to Salah is gonna, yeah, right. That's probably Gypsy Colina. Because I can tell because you're illiterate and you can't spell. And you're a broke bitch. You only send $2 super chats.
That part. Again, this is classic Chantal. I remember back in Crackhead Olympics, she would actually cuss people out for sending the small super chats. Again, Beezers, why are you supporting this person again? She's expecting people to buy memberships when she's not doing anything to warrant said membership. And then if you try to send her just a little bit of money, that's not good enough. Why are you guys subbed up to her again? This ungrateful, spoiled rotten, sitting on her high horse, parasite, cussing people out for sending her just a little bit of money.
I'm sorry, but my man isn't into women with a face with 5 miles of rough road, lady. Keep your $2.
No, I guess he's into a woman that looks like a bunch of broken asphalt left on the side of the road. Next.
You're all getting it. Paying the troll. Yeah, that's okay. They can. Whatever. I'm taking Amber Lynn's side, even just for the mere fact that the entire reaction community on her is more abusive than anyone.
Can I tell y'all something? Like, I've been on this reaction for 3.5 hours. And it feels like we're talking in circles here. Like, she just keeps bringing up the same points over and over. And I'm hungry at AF right now. I haven't eaten anything today and my stomach is growling. So I'm going to cut this one off here and upload it and order some lunch because, like, I got a lot of reactions to do today. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. And special thanks to Queen of WTF. I'm going to leave a link for her original video down below in the description. And y'all can check her out if you don't know about her. So y'all have a good one. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.